Ready? Ready?
Yep.
All right, Kal Halal Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, Waharakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And honors to the brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. And we're back here again. We're here in Babylon, where the Israelites find the chosen people of the Lord. And it's almost our time, right? And we're going to go straight from the bottom to the top. And that's what we're going to get into, man, because it's how it's going to be. It's set up like that in the scriptures, man. Yeah. The Lord has got the power to take someone that no one would bet on. Yeah. He has that power. Time and chance happening to all men. The Lord could take someone that no man ain't looking for. That the experts will say, nah, don't worry about that. Yeah. And next thing you know, that person is in the position. And that happened with Esau. It's going to happen with us.
I have a precept. I have a quick one.
Yeah, go on. Bring it
this
up.
Is Ecclesiasticus 11:5. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown.
This is a fact of history. Not in fact, really, when you break it down, no people when they're at the height of their power and in their glory ever really thought they were gonna go down. It doesn't come to your mind. When you're on top here and you're dominating anything, you could bring that to any stage of life. You could bring that even to sports. Yeah. You can have a team that's dominating and it looks like no one can't get near them. And then fast forward a decade and man are cooked.
Man United.
I was more gonna say like I was gonna say like Liverpool, but it's true. If you look at certain generations of players, their view of a team can change by generation. Like certain of them older man in their 70s, for them it's like, Liverpool's the team.
Liverpool, Nottingham Forest.
But then they were when we were growing up, Liverpool was on Channel 5, struggling to get into the UEFA League and that. Channel 5, playing games on a Friday. Cooked. They couldn't even talk when man are bantering in school. The one Liverpool fan that was there couldn't even open his mouth. It was just Arsenal, Man United. Right?
Remember when they had man like Stuart Downing, just on the wing. Adam Johnson.
Them ones there, right? It happens like that, man. Oh, Leicester City. Ain't nobody would have thought Leicester City was going to come and win no Premier League, but it happened, man. And that's just on a sporting level. So if the Lord proclaim it, the Lord can take someone that's from the bottom, from the trenches, and put them in the palace, and it's vice versa. He could take someone.
You sick? Like even though he was skilled,
no one went looking for him to do it.
Became a heavyweight. They're like, this guy gonna get.
Now they're talking about he's an all-time great. And the experts, well, you're right. The experts are writing him off. Right. Oh, he's too small. This, that, and other.
But you know what?
Like, but if it's the Lord's will, if it's the Lord's will, really anything can happen, man. You can play the numbers all you want, and you can be as wise as a man. But at the end of the day, Isaiah 55 and 11, man. If it's the word of the Lord, it's just gonna happen that way.
You know what? What's that one when it speaks about the 12 tribes of Israel being the least of the people? That's the last of the nations, and then there's a scripture that basically
there's two scriptures mixing together there.
Yeah.
One of them is the one in Deuteronomy. It talks about when he divided to the nations and inheritance. That's one. The other one you're talking about,
like where the Lord's like, I didn't pick you because you was
the Deuteronomy 7 and 6. But you finished the one that he was reading first, and then we'll get that one.
And it says, I'm gonna read it again. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown. Many mighty men have been greatly disgraced.
Like we're going into. Guys that on the books, if you do the numbers, you're like, man's gonna win.
Well, AJ, remember when he fought that? What's his name?
Ruiz.
Yeah,
that was a foregone conclusion. And that's why people really because it might not be probable, but with the Most High, there ain't no probabilities. Is a thing that men deal with. We run the calculations on what's the Most High don't do probabilities. He knows what it's going to be because he makes it be that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like us. If you was to run if you was to say like, who's the least likely people to rise up and take control over the earth? Well, they'll run the mathematics like, okay, are they in order? Do they have any military? Do they have any developing economic? You're just looking at Jake like, now these people are through, man. They ain't going nowhere. If anyone, it's gonna be the Chinese or it's gonna be this. You know, the bookies is gonna give you some crazy odds for the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians ruling the world in power. But that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. We're supposed to be the underdog, so the Lord can show His power. So it's not supposed to look like we close, like we finished second last season, so we could, you know what I mean? We're supposed to be the ones that finish bottom, you know?
Which that theme is common throughout the scriptures. Right?
Yep,
you know, the remember the Gideon and the 300, right? You know, Saul. Even Saul. Remember
Saul he's a mighty man that fell in battle too.
Yeah. But like, remember when Saul became king? He was like the least of the families. He wasn't expecting him, and he was picked. And then after that, King David took his place. Even when, like, in the midst of his brothers, they're like, bro, I think there's another one at the back. Like, if you look at the bus stop,
he weren't the first choice.
He wasn't the first choice.
He wasn't the one that you would think would be the most probable. But it was the Lord's will, and that, like you said, so that same thing's gonna play out today. People will mock us if we tell them, "Oh yeah, you lot are gonna be, we're gonna rule over the world." It's worthy of mockery. If you don't believe in the word of the Lord, of course, you're man talking about like, where you going, like, you man are bums. That's basically what it is.
Basically. A couple. This is Psalm 75:5, and it says, "Lift up your horn, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another."
That's really what it comes down to. So, like, for instance, like Esau's in power. Now, Esau will tell you he's in power because he's a celestial elf, and his IQ is just evolved to such a degree, you know, and he's so strong and smart that it's just natural selection, and that's why he's in power. When really he's in power because the scripture said he's supposed to be in power. It was prophecy. He was next up, and it fit right into place. Now, the same way that happened is the same way he's gonna go down, and Jacob is gonna be next up and slot right into place. But he trying to act like that's not how it works, because he thinks it's in his own power. But it's not in your own power, because the Lord is the one writing the script.
The book of Daniel 4:17.
Good scripture.
This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Right, stop there. The Most High ultimately, everything that happens on earth is part of the Lord's plan. Everything. Now, that's hard for some people to accept, because they've been given this a bugged out view. So for them, it's like, that means even the bad things. It's like their pussy gets wet, they start getting all hurt. But yeah, even the bad things is part of the script. Of course it is. That's why it's a script. Now, you think that's crazy, but if you make a movie, right? For you brothers out there that are, film connoisseurs, whoever writes a movie and there ain't nothing bad in it, everyone knows the key to a good movie or plot, anything, is drama. Without drama, any movie is boring. You don't want to watch it. There has to be some kind of drama between characters, some kind of conflict that happens, even if it's within the character themselves, that they have a conflict that they're fighting with, that they get a payoff for later. That's a key to any story. Tell me all the greatest stories or movies ever written, and I'll show you that there's conflict in there, there's drama, there's things that happen. You measure the character based upon what they go through, the villain that they have to face, but the villain is only as good as the villainy that they do. So you can't write a villain that don't do bad shit. And if you got a villain that don't do bad shit, then the hero don't look like a hero. He gets brought down. So the Lord had to have good and evil in the story.
That's a good point, because if you imagine like watching this story that we've lived through, because if it is a film like this, I forget, I've never watched it, but it was like one where he had like a king, and then like his little brother like usurped the throne, and he had to like wear like he put a mask.
You're talking about the man with the iron mask?
I think
with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. You know, and it's just this thing of like, imagine watching this story like as a viewer, like you'd be like, bruv, like he's not in reference to he's not even supposed to be in power, right? You're watching it being like, bruv, like how is that man just at the bottom, just hurt, like,
well, you know what I'm saying? And the payoff is when justice is done.
Yeah.
That would be the payoff in the film. But by the end of the film, Act 3, my man gets exposed and the rightful heir gets put on the throne. Man get the gal, and everyone leaves the cinema happy. And it was a great story.
And they lived happily.
But it had the Act 2, the Act 2 low point. There's a low point that's going to be written for the character in that story. Just like in the scriptures, Israel has low points, but the low points is what builds up the high point.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Without the low point, the high point don't have no meaning. It's nothing.
Like even as a nation, there's no face onto our nation in terms of like we're not all in like one land or you know what I mean, one people.
But we're messed up.
We're just cooked. We're everywhere. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Like no land, no name. We're
We're
everywhere.
wounded.
We're just
Scripture
wounded.
says we got a wound that won't heal.
Yeah, putrefying sores, man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the guy everyone writes off.
Yeah.
You imagine you got a boxer and he just got a injury that just won't go away. He wounded. You ain't backing that guy. Like, this guy's through. He's finished.
Yeah.
Well,
Errol Spencer.
when who's that? Remember when Mike Tyson lost to what was that? Buster. Like everyone's like Buster.
Yeah.
Guy, he ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
And then he won.
Yeah, that was a massive upset.
That was a massive upset.
And the Lord
For
set that up.
for that era, yeah.
It's good. Yeah, they made good for good drama.
Yeah,
Good
especially
drama.
when was it that fight where didn't Tyson knock him down first, and it really should have been counted.
Yeah,
Like, it didn't.
Maximum drama,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Controversy, drama.
And he came
That's
back.
all that's in the scripture. The scriptures is the greatest story ever written.
Yeah.
Even when you're going back to Jacob and Esau and man selling his birthright.
Yeah.
It's got the Bible's got everything in it. Maximum drama,
Yeah.
maximum controversy.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is consistency in the writing.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Because even in the spirit, like Cain, when he slew his brother, he thought, yeah, man, that's it. I've taken the right side of earth. That's it. But then the Lord brought back Seth, though.
That's it.
Seth came, and then that line.
Can't hold
Yeah,
me
yeah,
down.
I mean,
That's it.
Lovely. Go on.
Just on the point, it's Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh hath not done it?
So the Lord, when we're looking at geopolitics, you can always look at geopolitics, right, and look at the factors. That's why it's a good script. Listen, any good film is gonna make sense. Because the more you break it down, you're like, oh yeah, cause that character did this, cause that he's in character, because everything is gonna make sense. So even the world, you could go back and look at the Roman Empire and put through some bullet points of things that happened that led to the Roman Empire's downfall. That don't mean that the Most High didn't do it. So yeah, you could break things down from a man's level of a viewpoint and put points for why America's going down or why this is going down. That doesn't take away from the fact that it's the Lord, the one that's operating. He's the one in control of the whole geopolitical situation. From the top. And he's pulling all the strings and all the different characters to make it work. And yeah, it's gonna make sense. Because the Lord is the greatest writer, man. It always is gonna make sense.
That's direct.
And when you go into really good writing, someone who's good at writing a film, the more you look into the details, the more you're gonna see. But isn't that the Bible? Isn't that the Bible? Like you could read the Bible on one level, and deeper you going down the levels, you're gonna see allegories and connections over here. That's what people do, and that's what they do with movies. A good movie, the deeper you go into the story and the deeper you go into the characters, the more you're like, that's a good writer, and even they can't be perfect. It's gonna fall apart at some point. But the Lord's writing is on a whole different. Not even 3D, 5D, but it's like 28 dimensional.
It's like when we was doing the video a couple of weeks back. I always remember a video Apostle Ramla did like several years ago when it was basically saying Isaac is Yahweh Shai. And then the amount of different references that prove that, you're just there like, wow, that was all written.
It's built into the script.
That's it.
That's the same thing man's doing movies. If someone writes a good movie, you could do that. You go, there was there was foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. The Lord is the ultimate when it comes to foreshadowing.
Like a very good example is how with the priest with
they shouldn't be.
Melchizedek.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you just see him, he just popped up in the story once.
Yeah.
And what's
And then
Abraham like
the payoff was thousands of years
Yeah,
in
it's
the
like-
future, man.
Abraham came through and paid tithes.
Go on,
And then later on, like what in what was it, Hebrews?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
like
Yeah.
where like then you see how
The
big
payoff.
that big part
Yeah.
that event played, you know?
It's crazy.
Well, if you read it, it's just like, yeah, he just got tithes in it, and then that's it. But then it was a very
There's much
big
more
deal.
to it, man.
Much
It's
deeper,
through
yeah.
the threefold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That hey, the Lord is
Yeah.
he's on a different
The
level,
movie,
man.
what they call it, Easter eggs.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Easter
yeah.
eggs. Yeah, the
Hidden
Easter
gems,
eggs,
yeah.
hidden gems. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why the more you get into, I'm into the art of storytelling. The Lord dump. That's the Lord's game. The art of storytelling.
I have a quick verse.
Go on.
This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 14. The Lord have cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead.
There you go. It's the Lord that's ultimately doing it all.
Yeah.
Okay. He has the power. So even if you're that proud prince, you think you put yourself into power, and your very own actions are gonna lead to you
So
coming out of power. man.
Yep.
So,
It's just like Esau. Everything Esau's doing right now is leading to his own destruction.
Yeah.
Slippery
Because there's nothing, it's slippery places. There's nothing, even though you try and stop yourself from fulfilling the prophecy, exactly what you're doing, you know, you get movies like that, like man was trying to stop the
Yeah.
prophecy,
yeah.
but then
Yeah,
it was
that's
what
right.
the whole thing he was doing trying to
Yeah.
stop it was leading to the fulfillment.
Well,
man.
that's the plot of the final destination.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
Yeah.
like they're all avoiding,
Yeah.
and they end up.
And then
yeah.
Because you can't,
Mm.
listen, you can't go against the script, man. The script's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. And that's why Esau's cooked.
Yeah.
And that's why we can have hope. Because there's nothing we can really do to mess up what the Lord's already written. It's sure.
You see?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, let me finish.
Go on.
Daniel 4 and 17, and we finish up.
Yeah.
And he giveth to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
Now, when you look up that word basis, it means of the lowest station. Well, at one point that was Esau. Well, right now, who's the basis? We are. We're the ones that's in the lowest station that get the least amount of respect. Like we're the tail and not the head.
Yeah.
We're at the bottom of the barrel, and the Lord saying, "Listen, I could take the person that's at the bottom of the barrel, and I could put them in supremacy over everyone." And that's Isaiah the 2nd chapter. There's plenty of scriptures going into how the Lord is gonna elevate us and put us into positions of power, which is so far removed from where we are now. Because right now, we ain't got no power and authority in the earth, man. Esau's the one with all the power and authority. We don't make the laws. We can't affect the laws.
Yeah. Like imagine not being able to affect law.
You can't affect nothing. We ain't like I was doing a video of a day. Like the one, if you look at Jake as a people, the two most things we're influential in is what? Entertainment and sports, which is sports entertainment. And then when you really break it down, we're not at the head of that either. We're not at the head of that because the whole music industry is run by the JOO, and he sets what's going to be
popular.
mainstream and what's popular and what's meant to be
right.
done. We're still just employees in that world. You look at Jay-Z, these moguls, Jay-Z and P. Diddy, yeah, they're workers. These dudes are just front men. They don't run the music. The music industry is run by them big corporations with them big JOO executives, man. These guys are just middlemen that get pushed out there to look like they're the guys running things. But they're not. They're middle management. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you want to bring it to the streets, I'm sorry to break it to you, all you gangsters out there, but all you man work for Esau.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, yeah, but you're like your dude that's on the street, yeah, and you're pulling like H bombs out your backside and all them things there, or you got them hidden up your teeth and you're going through all this stress. Well, follow the chain of the money, and if you follow the chain of the money, guess who? It's real quick. It goes to Edomites.
Yeah.
And they're living good. They don't have to worry about the police because they are the police. They are the feds. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're running up and down, running in Timbs like it's Nike Airs. Yeah, getting chased down, put in jail. Do you know what I'm saying? You lose your re-up. Man, confiscate your re-up. Now you're in debt. You're going through pure hell on the streets in the trap. Yeah. But guess what, man? Esau still calls all the shots. You running on the street. The fact that you even got to run on the street shows you that you don't really have no power there.
Yeah.
You only have power over other low-level minions,
Below you.
yeah, and civilians.
Yeah.
Your own people that you could bully around and bully with a strap.
Yeah.
But really and truly, in the pyramid of the black world, the black market,
Yeah.
you're at the bottom of that
Yeah,
pyramid.
Yeah.
You're way at the bottom. You might not chilling on the yachts.
Yeah.
When them trappers ain't chilling on the yachts, man.
Well, prime example, you got stuff down truck, right? These niggas bring it on planes, like,
Cargo ships.
come through, you know.
Yeah.
Laundry,
Man just has
they
to
got the
do that
laundry.
time or show his ring.
Yeah. Just let it through.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here it is. Some like a chick in South America had to have plastic surgery because her intestines stuffed out. Come on,
It's
man.
messed
Yeah,
up.
when you really break it down, all that stuff, Esau's still at the top of
Yeah.
all of that. So we don't really have no agency or no power in this world, man. But we're gonna go to a position where you have all the agency and the power to over all things, over all aspects, all industries of life. That's what you get when you're at the top of you're at the top of the. You know, you could do what the WEF does. Just write a document, and all of a sudden the whole world is dancing to your tune.
Yeah.
You know, the whole world is. You see Trump.
Yeah.
I'm sure brothers all saw that, right? The health initiative he just brought in. You could go to the WEF website, the UN, where all the globalist organizations have a document that says everything that Trump's doing right now. But he's a anti-globalist, of course. You know. They're out there.
He thinks independently, right?
Yeah, sure. That's the power. Now, can you, Jake, do that? Can you write a document and then all over the world, everyone's dancing to your tune like that? No.
So ask Gaddafi. It says, Deuteronomy 20.
He was cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, they messed him up.
Remember when he was in the pipe? Face all bloody and shit.
Yeah, and they laughed about it after.
Yeah.
They said he got sodomized by
Yeah. By a strap, didn't it?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. What did Hillary say? We came, we saw, he died, and she had a grin on her face.
Yeah. Ladies
You
and
know.
gentlemen.
Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shall thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Right. All the industries, Esau's made it where we're really dependent on his structure of things.
Yeah.
Because he really controls all the money. He controls money, he controls debt, he controls laws, what laws are passed, what laws aren't passed. You know what I'm saying?
And what laws apply to who and when.
Who and when, because you got to go for him for enforcement.
Yeah.
You can't enforce it because if Esau breaks a law, what are you gonna do? Sue him? He's like, all right, cool. Who's gonna enforce it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jamaica. Oh, yeah, America. You did this. All right, cool. I'm gonna take you to the world court. All right, cool. Bet. All right, now we've been found guilty. So
We're gonna.
what we gonna do here?
Just like Tony Blair, who had the wanted war criminal.
Yeah.
He gets to roll around the earth like pure
Yeah.
freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna do nothing?
Because they sitting in the
Right,
throne.
he's making more money.
That's why the scripture says,
What's up?
"To him that overcometh, will I give power over the nations."
Yeah.
Because we don't have power over the nations right now. Right now, the nations got power over us, beginning with Esau. That's why when anything happens, Jacob got to get pens and paper
Pens and-
together and start holding up placards, begging for some kind of judgment.
Yeah.
That's the truth, right?
Yeah.
Well, the part of the curses was that we'd be the borrower instead of the lender. We're not in a position to give anybody anything. We're at the bottom. You know.
We don't have that. We've
That
been
power.
spoiled. You know?
Precept.
Yeah, go on.
This is Deuteronomy 28. I'll start from verse 7. It says, "The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways." I keep running on the street. The Lord shall command thee blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and all
Yeah,
that.
these are the blessings that we would have had if we had kept the law, statutes, and commandments. We would have been good. We would have had all of our assets. We would have had money in our pocket. We would have had military prowess and might over the nations. Just during the time of David, man couldn't tell us nothing. Man couldn't tell us nothing.
Well, I mean, that's why like Jake really didn't believe it was going down. Like especially with
The mighty men.
Judah.
Mm.
They was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
ones
Nations
right
are
now.
beneath us.
Like, the other ones, Jake showed his chain. Have you seen my chain?
Man couldn't-
It's never getting
Yeah.
snatched. Like,
Yeah, man say you couldn't come and pressure David to institute this law or do this or do that. Man couldn't put no pressure.
Ben
We
didn't
did
need-
according to what we wanted to do, and we had no one had influence over.
Yeah.
We had influence over other people.
Yeah.
We had them Ammonites on the tribute.
Yeah.
So when we said for dusso, we just dusso. And if man told man to send a couple logs our way, man was quick in haste to send them logs.
And even before Jake got officially established, remember when we was encamping around other nations' land? So like, look, man, I ain't trying to.
We don't
I
want
want
that smoke.
And then even I think it was a Canaanite nation. Remember those
Yeah,
guys?
they faked it with the
They had
fake
to
bread.
fake it like it was on a long journey.
Yeah.
And then we still put them in slavery,
Still made them
which was
huge.
preferable to them than
Yeah.
than these are.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna do it. Go on, carry on.
And it says, and the Lord shall command thee blessing upon thee and thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee in holy people unto
Yeah,
himself.
we're supposed to have the money between us to fund our own enterprise, so we get the most of the profit from our
Best
own
deals,
enterprises. We ain't supposed to be dropping the album and man are talking about giving man 1 or 2 points. The only reason, and you know why that happens? Because Jake don't have the money and the resources to do it themselves. You're on his dime. So he's like, listen, bro, I know you got this music, but guess what? If you want to get it to the people, I got the infrastructure. I own the TV. I own the radio. I own the factories that's going to be. Now, you could do that, but you're going to need a couple million. You got that in your pocket? No.
And,
so
and, and you have now compete against those that are already fully established.
Yeah.
And you got money to close you down.
Yeah.
so then you
No,
got to go to Esau.
Motown was that example.
Yeah.
You know about that, right?
So you got to go to Esau because Esau has the capital and everything. But then because you're coming from that position of weakness, that's why you get the deal that you get.
Yeah.
If you were coming from a position of even equal strength, then you'd get 50-50. But what? Ask yourself why you're getting 1 or 2 points.
Fully B-side.
2%. That shows you man's 98%
Yeah.
bigger than you.
Yeah, just cook.
Because you the right man would accept something like that.
No, you
wouldn't.
Yeah.
But you have to.
If you were bringing equal, equal contribution, you expect equal amounts, wouldn't it? But
Yeah.
you know it's not.
That's why you got to accept dumb wages because you don't have an alternative.
Yep.
If when a man has his own, it takes a lot to go work for someone else. You know what I mean? Like because you're like, right, you can't.
need that.
You go to a rich man, go to a man that owns lands and estates here, and then say, brother, I've
Work at
got a job for you, McDonald's, for $12 an hour. Man's like, bro, I don't need the $12 an hour job. If you want me to come there, I'll come, but you got to give me like $1 million an hour. Why? Why can you do that? Because he doesn't need it now. But when you're codjo, and you're living in your mom's yard, and you got broke pocket, then the man's offering you even $7 an hour. You're gonna run to it, and you're gonna be happy about it and sing a song. You're gonna do. Remember that Motown song? I got a job, and singing a song about getting a job. You know what I mean? I just need a job, man. Any job will do, right? Because you're desperate. Because you don't have the means of your own production. You got your own capital. Because we've been spoiled and destroyed. But in the kingdom, we gonna be hiring people and putting up wages.
And this thing, Esau keeps people in the whole world in that state now, depending on these jobs that he offers, right? Even if they're shit, some people are just desperate for that job, right? Because they ain't got nothing else.
Yeah,
you know.
All right, Esau will be able to come in, watch you build. This brother will tell you, you'll build up a business, sweat and tears, and he'll be watching you, and then he'll come in and give you an offer you can't refuse. And for you, because you're so desperate and you come from nothing, man's like, yeah, hold this 10 million. You're like, oh shit, 10 million. And you take the 10 million, then Esau will flip that into a $500 billion company. Because he's gonna come in and he's gonna do the because he has that
that power and leverage, because it's like spoke about a few times. But like you setting a company up and you need capital, you got to go to them venture capitalists, man. And the thing is, they'll give you some unsavory deal.
Yeah.
Right. At the time, you're thinking, oh yeah, I've got this many millions in my account, but it's like for instance, they even destroyed Toys R Us the same way. Red Lobster they destroyed the same way. Imagine these are massive corporations, and they'll basically strike deals that aren't in your interest. And I think as well as like the founders of Paddy Power, like when the company sold, they basically got nothing because in the contract it said, yeah, well, you'll get something if it's over, I think, say 500 mil or whatever, right? So they made sure to sell it at like 490.
That's that Dragon's Den shit, man.
Yeah.
Like you're desperate for the money that they're gonna inject, right? They're not desperate for you.
Yeah.
Your idea might be the sickest idea ever, but if the money's not right for them, they're not gonna endorse it.
And they just
You
wait for you to go bankrupt.
Yeah. And then
Come
buy
in
it
and buy it up anyway.
Yeah, buy it up.
Yeah, and like I said, because we're under the curses, our thing don't prosper like how it should. But in the kingdom, we're gonna be under these blessings.
That's right. The Lord shall establish thee in a holy people unto himself, as you have sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee.
Yeah, they're gonna, which brings respect. Right now, no one ain't really scared of Jake as a people. I mean, man might be scared if you're in a dark alley and some gorilla comes out. But I mean, in general level of respect, mans are not scared.
These nations are not
Because they're not really scared, like, because what are you really going to do? You think Iran sits there thinking, oh, them niggas, them Bloods and Crips, man. No one ain't worried about all that, man. People are scared of Esau. When Esau says something, them, oh shit, because Esau will come on and flatten out your country.
Well, look when Trump came into power, the amount of fucking Democrats are crying. You know what I mean? Like, what might happen, what he might do. Like, they're not thinking about Jake.
Esau can put can do them, what's it called? Them sanctions on you, man, and have your people crippled. Now Jake can't put sanctions on no one. Neither does Jake have the ability to do that. Because more time Jake got to buy it anyway.
The only sanction nigga does is saying, "Don't come to my hood."
Nigga sanctions.
But that just applies to other niggas. But then a faggot Edomite in the same neighborhood, dude, going for a jog. Well,
Jake ain't got the heart to boycott nothing.
He probably even knows the nigga by first name. Hey,
Jake ain't got the heart to boycott nothing, man. When's the last time Jake successfully boycotted anything? They ain't like after a while, if it's a brand name, so into their mind. Like if let's say something happened and they say they boycott Louis
2
Vuitton,
weeks.
bro, like they man's gonna be
boycott
buying it
LV?
still.
Wasn't that supposed to be? Oh, Tommy, try
Gucci, I
boycott Tommy, yeah. Oh, Gucci.
Gucci, do you remember when they made the wog like?
Oh yeah. It wasn't gonna work.
Blackface.
The blackface.
Man, you gonna buy it for recognition. Stop it.
Yeah.
You're dying for this recognition, man. Take this recognition. You know what I'm saying? Jake ain't got that. But meanwhile, Esau slapped down a sanction, and your whole country, your whole electricity price went up flipping double.
Yeah.
That's the power Esau's got, man. We ain't got that. You know, come on.
And as well, it's like they move with impunity because you have the Hague Invasion Act in the US, right? So basically, any American politician or army man, if he gets indicted by the ICC, International Criminal Court, they was like, bro, we'll go up in that court, like. We'll take man out. I was like, don't even try it. So that shows that badness.
Yeah, but you see that badness is we're gonna be fed when in the kingdom, right? Man are gonna in righteousness. That's respect, isn't it? Right now, no one ain't got no respect for us, man. Like the Chinese don't think about when they think of Jake, you think of entertainers, and it's not nothing that you need to respect, man. You know what I mean? They respect Esau, they respect India. They don't really respect Jake or nothing like that, but they will.
That's right. I'll just read this quick one. This is
rain on that.
Deuteronomy 28:66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life.
That's how Jake lived. Jake, especially during hardcore slavery, was living like that all the time because it was nothing for Esau to take a Jake's life. So for generations, Jake actually lived like that hardcore on a real level. Like you could wake up today and the master someone thinks you looked at him wrong and he make an example out of you and just dead you off there and then. On the islands, they were like that in Brazil, in America. And even when you go down to the lynching era, man, you read accounts like people would hear that something happened and you're already in fear because that man will just say anyone did it. Oh, it was him. And it's like, hold on. He's back. The report said he was wearing a blue shirt. It's like, yo, this is turquoise. That's it, bro. That's a real thing. And they will just lynch you right there and then. We actually lived under that fear where you don't know whether that cop pulling you over might be the last time you know, or you go into a town and you spend too long and the sun goes down. That's it. That man grab you up, cook.
Well, even this last week, there was a Jake man, like he was driving a truck or whatever it is, like and even using like another neighborhood, and basically they told him, look, you keep fucking around, man, we even hang you.
Yo, yeah,
They actually told him, man.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and even that other Jake when he's taking like a package, or I think he was doing door to door.
Oh yeah, they were bringing it.
Yeah.
They were trying to.
And
Yeah,
they told him, we fucking hang you, nigga. Like,
yeah. Oh,
like, told me,
Bro.
hang you, bro.
it's real. You know, we've been through it, and it's gonna come back like that again.
Yeah.
Because Esau's getting so emboldened and so angry now, and he's blaming the fall of his kingdom, not on him, not on the people running shit. You know, of course not. You know, he's not gonna blame it on himself because it's him. He's the one. Everything that's happening in the UK economy, it wasn't man from Top Boy that orchestrated the downfall of the British economy. It's not the fault of Kojo, yeah, and Femi and them man. Why you lot can't get no jobs? Why they deindustrialize the north? You know what I mean? Why your debt is high? That's
yeah.
not. That ain't no immigrants orchestrated all that. That was man with blue eyes, blonde hair. They were orchestrating it, and they're the mans that still got the money now.
Yeah.
But you're not trying to get at them. They're trying to find a way to blame it on Kojo.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Kojo, and he's violent and so the same thing in America. They're blaming it on it's the immigrants. It's the Chinese. It's everyone. No, bro. It was your brother. The man them living in the Hamptons. They're the reason why you're broke. It's not Jaquan. Yeah. It's not Jose. It's not his fault why you're down bad. It's the policies of your government, and the government isn't run by immigrants. It's run by you. Your big corporations, that's not run by immigrants. It's run by you. It's your people. So you need to be aiming all that hate to yourself. What did Michael Jackson say?
Man in the mirror, man.
That man,
Man in the mirror.
change his ways. And Trump's still doing it. It amazes me to watch how Trump is demolishing the American economy. But the only reason he's getting away with it because he's painting it as if he's doing it to fight the Chinese. Yeah, because they've been robbing us. China's been robbing us. EU's been robbed. No, bro. The American elites have been robbing the American people. It's not China. Yeah, but now he can say that's why I'm putting tariffs on everything. Because but a tariff is a tax on imports. But you're relying on imports to have cheap products. So if you're making your imports more expensive, then you dumbass Americans are going to pay more for your products. You live in a global system where
you ain't producing.
you can't get everything you need from within America. You have to import, and he's put imports on every damn body. So
why all the rich have imported the businesses outside the country?
So then all he's doing with these tariffs is not only is he forcing the other nations now to change global trade to try and cut out America a little bit and do more business with each other, which means they can now do more bilateral trading, which means now they need the dollar less, which means now the dollar's weaker, which means now when you go to buy cheap products, they're less cheap. Your dollar can't buy as many products because it's getting weakened. We'll leave that little bit to the side that you Americans don't seem to understand. But additionally, what happens when he's putting these tariffs on these nations now, they hold on, I lost my train of thought. He's telling you that he's doing it to make them pay. But what happens is if the importer is paying, you understand in manufacturing, that's where the point was. When a company in America manufactures, right, they will do something like bring in some steel, make one part of the product, send the product over here, then the product will change into something else, then it will come back, then it'll do this. And because we live in a world where you can transport things relatively cheaply, sometimes it works out a lot cheaper to send things from here to there, and then it'll come back and be finished in America. Now you have a situation where you send it there, bring it back, tax. Send it there, bring it back, tax.
So if it's done like 8 journeys,
It's peak.
You're cooked because each time you're coming back and you're paying tax because you're getting little bits of components from everywhere to do different bits. You can't source all those components in America. Those factories, it don't exist, and you can't do it for cheap either.
Because Americans believe in capitalism, right? So making profit is the biggest goal.
So
It's
then,
not cheap to build things and make things in America. It's cheaper to go build it in China.
so then,
what they've been doing.
So peep the game now. Who's been really winning in America this whole time? The big corporations. But you still had a few small guys.
The middle class,
middle-
which will be
Okay, Now all you're causing is, as their cost is increasing, who can absorb those costs more? Who do you think can absorb the increases? A big, massive manufacturer that's been making massive amounts of profit, or the little guy who's got small margins, but he's just truckling along?
I was watching something yesterday, which is basically going into the big accountancy firms and how they have a lot of hands in like writing tax laws. The thing is, they make it such that they will then have those big, massive corporations on their books. So you're talking about your Apples, your Googles, your Microsoft, whatever, and then they're basically telling them how to circumvent these massive tax bills. So the regular guy has to pay all of the tax.
Yep, and then the big guy, bro, it's everything they're doing. It just like how COVID benefited the big corporation. It's a continuation of the same process. So they're hollowing out the middle. The people who are gonna do well, who can survive the increasing cost, is the big boys, the Walmarts and all them. The mom and pots can't afford that. The little guy who had a mid-level business is thinking, "Right, I'm gonna go bankrupt. But guess what? I'm gonna have to sell up." Yep, and they'll sell up.
Yeah.
Right? And now all the man in there is fired. The big corporation is going to be able to afford to bring in robots and AI because they got the money and they got all the debt that they can just keep getting. And the situation is going to continue. But the only reason you're going along with it is because Trump is pointing the finger and telling you, "Yeah, I'm giving it to the Japanese." And you're like, "Yeah, Trump is putting tariffs on them because they've been stealing from me." No, man. The system is always going to be designed to redistribute the wealth to the elites. It's not about you. So everything you see them
that
do,
part of it's evident.
it's gonna happen.
That's clear as day right in front of you. Everyone knows that.
But because he's saying China's the enemy, then this is a typical tactic. You create the enemy, and now you can do something and say, like the man trying to do VAT. Oh, we're putting up tariffs because the EU has VAT and it's not me. Bro, everyone pays VAT. What are you talking about? How does it? VAT don't make you less competitive because everyone's paying the VAT. It's a consumer tax. David O'Leary's, and I'm like, bro, how are Americans listening to this guy? What he's saying makes no sense. He's putting on a tariff because of VAT. Everyone pays VAT. It's not even the same type of thing. Tariffs are an import tax. VAT is a consumer tax. So if you put a tariff in America, that's not the same as VAT. But he just says it.
And that's one of the reasons why they made the American education system so shit, man. Because people with intelligence, they're listening to these things and they're saying, "Wait, this doesn't make any sense," right? They're listening to it and they'll be querying it. Certain of these things that they do, you can't pull that same wool over other nations' eyes, man.
It's foolishness, man.
Right? But in America,
Trump is actually saying he wants a weaker dollar. Having a weaker dollar is causing you problems. With a weaker dollar,
You've been weakening it all this time.
because your wages ain't going up. So by weakening the dollar, you could buy less with what you already have. And people understand this, man.
Crazy.
It's amazing, but this is the devil for you, man. He gonna make you vote against. He gonna make you chair against your own interests, man, for your own destruction.
what was that thing Lyndon Baines Johnson said? He said, "If I can make the lowest white man think he's better than the best black man," or whatever, however he framed it, then basically you can get him to vote against his own interests.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what he has done.
That's you can see that's what they're doing. They're not helping the average American person, and the average American's been trained to think that when the stock market is going up, that means the economy is doing well. That's how retarded they are. Like the stock market has anything to do with real life. The dude that's living under the bridge here, when the stock market goes up 10%, he's still going to be under that bridge next week.
He ain't up 10%.
Exactly.
The stock market is majority owned by the elites, and they let retail in, and they manipulate it that retail always lose anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like they're manipulating the whole deal, but the stock market is not a true gauge of livelihood. If that was the case, then the UK would be fine. But the stock market's been going up.
Well, bear in mind, right? It's like the was it S&P 500 and all this type of stuff, yeah? Or numbers, right? It's for those companies. The profit and losses of those companies.
And it's not even
If
based.
you're investing in them, yeah, sure, you're gonna make some money.
But you know, it's not based on profit and loss.
Is it not either?
There's companies that's got hella stock price that ain't making no profit.
That's right.
The whole thing is a scam.
Speculation.
It's just a scam. It doesn't mean anything. They can make the stock market
Tesla.
rise,
Yeah, that's
right? And they can, Tesla. They can make the stock market go wherever they want, and they can bring it down, and then use that to say, oh, the economy is doing well. See, the stock market's up. Meanwhile, you're struggling to buy your groceries. But hey, the stock market's up. So hey,
But I say it affects those who own those companies. You know, if you're not even invested, got shares on nothing, it ain't gonna affect you all.
doesn't affect you. And then most people don't own enough shares for it to even be like significant in your life. Yeah, come on, man. It's mad. What they do is
Proverbs 29:7. The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it.
yeah, they don't care about the poor, disenfranchised American man. No one cares, and this is why the world is where it is now. And then you're always gonna get a politician that's gonna rise up and say the right things. This is a cycle. He's gonna say, "Oh, I'm here for the common man. And they're gonna give you a solution, but the solution is never a solution. The solution just carries on the problem or forwards the agenda. Just like how Trump is bringing all kind of solutions, but what's his solutions? AI, flipping. But AI is gonna get rid of your jobs. And most people don't even use critical thinking to think, hold on, my man's telling me he's bringing the jobs back to America, but at the same time, the first thing he did within 3 days was Project Stargate, but AI is getting rid of jobs. So am I going to all of a sudden become an engineer over the next, a computer engineer in the next 2 years? Because I'm not. So what jobs is it bringing back?
I can tell even my job's good. It's software, bro. That's done now.
All you have to do is like, hold on. I'll be like, hold on, brother. You said I am a factory worker. I thought you were bringing jobs back, but you just put a whole bunch of money into AI and robots. So that means I'm not getting a job back. Yeah, Elon already told you that. So then you voted for a guy that really is not trying to give you your job back.
And this is what you need to understand about these politicians. They're professional liars, man.
Yeah.
Right? Deceivers, right? Anytime they give you something, they give you one hand, but take more back with the other hand.
There you go.
It's always that.
Or he's
It's always
saying he's
that.
going to bring the drug prices down
2,000%.
1,500%. Yeah.
It's mad. Everyone, no one thought it was possible.
Yeah.
No one else could have done it.
Well, in fact, just even on that point, the drug prices is proof that it's just the elites of Esau that are caking, because it's like, was it insulin, right? Insulin, the patent for insulin, the guy was like £1, right? It's something that's going to save a lot of lives, right? I think.
Why would you patent something? If Esau cares about the whole world,
Yeah.
people, why is he patenting it? Only one producer can make it, or whatever the case may be. Why has he done that? So let's say people was like, he don't care, obviously.
It's a very simple. The simple solution for it is that don't privatize the healthcare. Make the healthcare be something that should be government subsidized. Because the excuse they give is these companies have to do a large amount of R&D up front, so they need to recuperate the R&D with the sales of the drug. Well, the simple thing to do is fund the R&D.
But this is it. It's like when you really look into it, a lot of it is done by universities, and then they just take.
And then so all of this, and to hell with Esau. Just know that whatever Esau's do is not in your interest, no matter how they sell it.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 14 and I'm starting from 6. There is none worse than he that envies himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
Yeah, because look at the healthcare thing Trump's just doing. Yeah, which remember they created all this problem. They created the healthcare problem. What's the solution to that? AI, chips, digital ID. They created the dumbing down of society. What's the solution to that? AI, chips, Neuralink. They've created these problems. It's like, what are we doing here? Every solution that Trump is bringing is New World Order solutions. Digital ID, or we got a problem at the border, we got to bring in digital ID.
More surveillance.
More surveillance, like. Whoa.
Have a preset. This is
Stable coins, yeah, they're bringing in. We're not gonna do a CBDC, but you're gonna have a stable coin. Bro, a stable coin can be made by a private corporation. You think I'm stupid, Trump? Trump, We read the documents from the BIS and the WEF when they said that the new system is a public-private partnership, meaning private companies are just as invested and involved in the process of the new system as the public sector. So if you got a private corporation creating the infrastructure, just because they call it a stable coin, doesn't mean it's not the same thing. See, we pay attention. They call it, look it up, Google public-private partnership. So you can have a private corporation building an infrastructure on behalf of the public. In fact, the Federal Reserve is private. You know what I'm saying? But what matters is what? The stable coin is the same technology and can be used to track and trace and to program, be programmable and interoperable. And that's the key word. Understand that all the systems, whether it's built on the public side or the private side, they're all being built to connect. So it doesn't matter whether it's Amazon who built the system, or Apple who built that system, or Palantir that built that system, or whatever system in that's being built, they're coordinating. So what? Interoperability, that an AI could literally just be put on top and connect everything together into one system. That's like an ecosystem that works together. You can even have a couple AIs. So you can have AI over here, and then one master AI on top, ruling them all. One ring to rule them all. And that is actually what they're building. All these systems now, Google the word interoperable. Every system is being designed to be interoperable so that they can communicate with other systems. That makes it a web. What, are we stupid or what?
We said a snare.
A snare. So you make that part over there, you make that part, and then we'll all put it together. And that's what Palantir does. Palantir links data from all different systems together. Skynet.
This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. And enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah, they're gonna talk that. They always talk that talk. Oh, we care about the poor. Oh, we care about the children.
It's just for your benefit.
But they don't. They don't. Because if they did, they would do the things that would benefit them. It's not rocket science. Listen, to run a society, to make things functional for the people, it's not rocket science. If the society is producing a particular thing, it's not because they don't have the knowledge of how to do it right way. It's they're doing it on purpose. They know how to listen. If you got an education system in China that's popping out all these geniuses, right? So let me tell you the easiest thing you could do. Hey, brother, you're the education minister. I want you to go over there to China. You're gonna link up with them man over there. You're gonna see what they're doing in their system, what works, why it works, what's the social factors that's put it together. Bring it back over here. We're gonna look at our system, see where we could tweak it to replicate it. They do that in businesses. It's called benchmarking, is it not? That's a term, benchmarking. So why is it you can have one country with a really good education system and a big country like Britain can't copy that? Of course they could copy it. They don't want to. They want the system to be dumbing you down.
Especially when you consider the so-called white and believes himself to be superior, right? He's meant to be the intellectual genius on the planet anyway, right? The fact that he can't identify that or know that in the first place begs a question, right?
Yeah, it's done on purpose. They know how I watch things, so I can see different countries and I'm like, oh, that works. Why are they not doing it here? Oh, that works.
Like
Why are they not doing it here?
Put in the chat. I think was it in China when they were doing that exam they do every year, something like that.
Yeah, that's it. It works. So why are you not implementing that here? Oh no, we don't know it exists.
No, it's communist. You know?
It's bullshit, man.
We don't do
if you see a system somewhere else that and you know that it works, you should copy it. But they don't do that because they want everyone to be dumbed down. They want people to be in crisis. So you will cry out for the new system they have, which is a system of control. But every 4 years, a new group of politicians is going to come and tell you, oh, these men messed up, but we're going to make it right. Like, because we care about you and we care about the poor.
And then the next one that comes in says, oh, they fucked up as well. And we go crazy.
And all this money gets spent and man don't see no benefit from it except New World Order infrastructure.
Because I'll be honest, like in these major companies that make certain goods or like, let's say computer parts or whatever, the actual gap of learning from those people who are like in their 50s, people who are like, mid 30s, 20, 25, whatever. It's light years. You know what I mean? It's like, so that's why we don't want to talking about building certain infrastructure here. It would take them so long for people to like
catch up.
to speed.
It's not even to speak about. You can't put what's it, a new wine in old bottles.
Yeah.
They're stuck in their ways, man. My dad, he could use a phone, but it's like you know what I'm saying. He's like, yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, let's say even the education system. Remember that the education in the UK system, the comprehensive system, which is a new system, was designed to get factory workers. But once you moved away from factory working, the system is actually not designed to produce what it's meant to produce anymore. It should have changed. But guess what? They were like, nah, allow these people.
Like, there's no way they can compete with these factories in China. People, they spend so much time with their youth and making sure people in certain streams of sectors.
Why can't they do that here?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like now,
They don't have the money,
Yeah.
they don't have the infrastructure, they don't have the people.
think about it. Bob a painter or works in a chip shop is now going to be a AI software engineer. Like, it's not happening. You know what I mean?
Plus, a lot of them factories in China, as we going into, they're automated now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, was it the Xiaomi XIAOMI?
Yeah,
More or less fully automated.
yeah.
They've even got mine.
And who does that benefit? It benefits the owners of
Yeah.
production,
That's
not the employees. So the employees are basically the human resources are being made surplus to requirements. But only poor people rely on being a human resource.
Yes.
The elites are not human resources. They own resources.
Yeah.
That's right.
They employ human resources.
That's what humans are, resources to the elites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're just a resource that's no longer required.
Yeah.
Like in places like China, where there are like a billion people, that's even a bigger issue because if everything's been taken over AI and they're so quick with it, they're so advanced with it, what are these people gonna do?
Yeah. They're
A
good.
lot of people are gonna have to die.
Yeah,
And that's part of the globalist agenda too.
That's it. Yeah.
But then also it's a thing that we've spoken about a few times about how over there they've only recently learnt well. This idea of comfortability is still short-lived. It's new to them. Whereas to the American, they've only known comfort,
They've already known.
right? They've only known. So when you take that away from them, they're gonna bug out.
Yeah.
Especially the middle class. right?
Yeah.
They grew up there.
Have a bit more on this.
Jake in the ghetto now. You know, them man in them third world cities,
Yeah.
man, and down south, but
Yeah,
them
living-
middle class Edomites,
Yeah.
boy,
Even like those guys from Blade Runner, man.
they can't get them avocado toast, bro. They can't
Them $17 avocado toast, bro.
Jake just need a kind of sardines, mayonnaise, make it work. Yeah.
sardine.
Yeah, sardine. Yeah, it says this is back in I'll read it again. It says Ecclesiasticus 1:15, and enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity,
So he
will
puts on the show
Yeah.
for you to consume and
not make
believe.
America great
Oh, the
again.
health,
Give you
you
hope.
know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if you listen to the speech he made about the healthcare, because they got this MAGA thing, right? Basically, what he's telling you, listen, we got technologies now. You're so fat and sick and ugly, but this new technology gonna save your life. But it's
You're
gonna,
rich.
in order for it to happen, we have to digitize everything, yeah, and you're gonna have to wear these wearables and have stuff injected into you, which is what they wanted anyway. So they've made you sick, yeah, and now they're offering you the solution for how sick you are. Think of how mad that is. They've systematically made you so sick that now it's like, yeah, we're gonna digitize, and now you're gonna, and people, he's saying, look, the technology can now predict when you're gonna be sick. So you're gonna be sick in 6 years.
Yeah.
Now imagine you've already created a crisis where people are dropping left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Yeah, left, right, and center. Yeah. So to people, that's a salvation.
That is, yeah.
Because everyone's so sick. But why is everyone so sick? Because you made them sick.
And they ain't gonna just these corporations that give you all this shit food and
Exactly.
contaminate the earth, the air, the water. They're not gonna talk about all of that.
No,
You know?
now it's just, oh, we got this solution, hold this chip here, and people are gonna, and we always told you that the MOTB, right, is gonna be a salvation. It's gonna, is people are gonna take it because it's gonna look like it's saving them from their financial problems, from their health problems, because there's people who probably have had bare friends die of cancer.
Yeah.
They've had, you know what I mean, and then they've had their mom die of cancer and all that.
No,
So
they made it to such a level that everyone's dying.
yeah,
of cancer.
so when
You know what I mean?
when you're telling man, oh, just
What's
take
going
this,
on too now? Like,
take this implant and you'll never die of cancer, because as soon as the cancer
no,
appears,
catch it
you'll
early.
catch it early.
and we can get rid of it.
Yeah.
Which
All of a sudden now it's like, yeah, now because remember you got the waiting list.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to worry about the waiting list. You can just slap this on you, and you'll know.
The nanites.
Yeah.
The nanites are
Remember,
gonna get it.
like,
And it's gonna sound reasonable.
in C19, the DARPA said it. They had subdermal chips that can detect when your body's infected with
That's
C19.
But it comes with what? Digital records, digital
that's
ID.
it, yeah.
That's the MOTB system.
Yeah.
Have a bit more.
Yeah.
It says he will weep with his eyes, but if you find opportunity, you will not be satisfied with blood.
They'll pretend that they care. They'll pretend that something. They'll take a situation that is horrible and pretend they care about that situation. Only then to bring a solution that you think benefits you, but it's really a Trojan horse
To catch at your most vulnerable.
for them.
What?
Same with Satan when Yahushua was fasting, man. Yahushua was weakened, right? The wicked Satan. That's when Satan was trying to get to him.
For his, but was it for his benefit or his own benefit?
Well, even the famines in Egypt, like ultimately, Pharaoh won. You know what I mean? Like everyone was a slave, and he said, "Oh, please, master, can I have some more?"
It's not like he did it with his own goodwill. Like he helped the people. No, he gained from it. He gained.
That was like the best deal ever.
So that's why we're telling you that you ain't seen nothing yet. You need to understand that they're moving so fast with this thing. You haven't seen nothing yet. They're gonna bring pain on a level that's unknown to mankind, where people are gonna be like raw, and but they're gonna have the infrastructure there right and ready to bring these new systems online that can help manage the crisis.
Yeah.
So all your guess what? You man that's got them 401ks,
Oh,
just know like that your 401k is gonna disappear because they have to do that. Because how many people rely on that pension? Yeah, so a good way to get them into the MOTB system is like, yo, you know what, man? Pension's cooked. But
we've got
If you take this,
if you take this MOTB, we can give you this UBI instead, and you'll be all right.
You know what?
And how desperate would you be if your 401k is gone?
Yeah. What the thing is, what Elder Ariala says all the time about how we're kind of in the echo chamber. So for us, taking them on is insane, right? But you get people that they just look at as technology.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I don't get it. Like, for instance, there was a guy that came up to the Dallas camp like maybe a month ago now,
Let me get that.
and they
get the
asked
chip,
him,
get the
they were like, yo, so would you take it was Edom?
Oh,
So
yeah,
would you take it? And I was like, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
he didn't even think twice
why
about
not?
it.
It's reasonable.
Why not?
they just see that as progression.
Yeah.
Because we're in a technological world now, and if it's going to make our lives better, because that's how they said it to us, then why wouldn't I take it?
Yeah,
You know, that's how they do it.
I mean, from a worldly, logical standpoint, it makes sense.
It's the
But
norm.
spiritually is
Yeah.
where
Where it's gone. Yeah.
it's wrong.
So what you gonna do
Yeah.
if you ain't got a job
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you rely on government welfare
Yeah.
and they're saying you got to take the chip to get the
Stop.
welfare?
Yeah.
Man are gonna take the chip,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
because it's like, yo, I need the welfare.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's spirituality that's
Because in their mind, that be in their mind choosing death.
That's
Yeah,
what
That
Johanna
would
would
say,
do.
yeah.
That's it.
Johanna,
Eat right.
Johanna said that you got
Yeah.
to.
You have to eat right.
Because on that point that the brother made about the spirituality, like when you think back to the time of Antiochus,
Yeah.
right? People would have been like, bro, just eat the pork. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, you what? You're gonna die because you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to eat pork.
It's true.
Like,
It's true.
what?
It's true. Like it's true because like if sin rules this world, then why not sin? When
No
a person that's righteous is like, nah, bro, I ain't trying to
Exactly.
embrace the works of death. But a person that's already dead, yeah, man, fucking eat
Why
the
not?
pork.
Why not
Yeah.
take the chip in? Listen, if I
Well,
take the chip in my head,
Yeah.
it's gonna make me smarter.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
sorry.
get a job. I can get a job.
I know kung fu.
Yeah.
But then you know what they're not thinking about, and I was discussing this with
Judgment.
Priest Shamar the other day. Like everything can go two ways.
Mhm.
I don't even think about that.
Yeah.
They're showing you, oh, he's controlling this remote control of his brain. Well, technically, that means that the signal can go the other way. So I made a joke, and man said, "Yeah, you're gonna turn the car on with your brain." Yeah, and the car can also turn your brain off.
Yeah. 100%. Because on the Elon himself said that they want to use the Neuralink to help fight depression. So I'm like, wait, that means they can control your emotions.
They can turn off things.
Yeah, that,
If you translate it, it's okay. You know what I liken it to? A speaker and a microphone.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If you have the ability to put music from a microphone and it comes out the speaker,
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it.
other
You
way.
have the control to go both ways.
I believe
but
they're
you-
effectively the same
isn't that-
thing,
isn't
just
that-
in reverse, right?
Yeah.
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 Then the microphone gets static and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
So
can go
it's
back.
signal, a dirty signal that's being fed
Yeah,
backwards,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's why the same
Same thing.
computer can play music. The same computer can record music
Yeah.
because it can go both ways. Like,
Yeah.
so if you have the ability to communicate with the brain one way, if you understand how it works, you can send signals back the other way and work it. That's what I understand about it. But they're not talking about that part. You know what I'm saying?
And this is the thing, we've seen this technology's been around for
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
They've just been refining it, man. Because you see all the tests with the balls and the reds
Yeah.
and the right kind of stuff. They switching shit off, man. So the ball's not reacting.
Yeah,
So the ball's not itself.
So they could do a thing where they could probably send an impulse into your brain and you just
Whoa,
Don't be out.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
shut down.
Remember recently they've been speaking about like implants in the future for people in prison where people can like serve a sentence or have,
VR.
like, have it in your brain where it feels like you've been there for 25 years. That's fucking scary, bro.
Scary.
Bro,
You just dead.
You remember the movie Gamer? I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Gamer. The Gamer basically breaks it down. They had man taking the chip here, so they can control people in a game. So you got the chip, and then you're playing the game, and you can control what's going on in the game, the avatar, right? Well, what man didn't realize is that when you got this chip, the man that made the chip can also now control you. But they never advertised that. So when he came up to fight the big boss, he's coming, and all of a sudden, the boss is pulling him like, you know who it was? The guy from Dexter.
Right,
It was him, and he was doing the song "I Got You."
right.
It's a good clip. If you go and watch it, they actually play the song "Under My Skin."
Yeah.
And he's controlling the soldiers like they're puppets because his chip allows
The
him
master
to
unit
control, other people. And that's basically what they're gonna do. You got the chip, they got the brain chip, but they can actually control your chip.
Access.
Yeah.
They show
They
you
they got the master override. bro.
He showed you that in I Robot. Remember, like first the little cool robots, they're looking after their folding clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the Tesla bot with the fucking putting washing.
Yeah. But then after that, those eyes of food gonna be red.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking
Anger. Anger.
Yeah, because that's what Esau wants. Esau wants control. So what's the ultimate form of control? You chip people, right? And then you can even control their brain waves.
That's the secret of your soul, man. So you control your brain and like, what can you do?
hack your spirit.
That slave is on another level because even as a slave in captivity with chains and stuff, you can still put your mind. You can still think for yourself and whatever, man. You might, but you ain't got the option though.
You could
Human
just
beings are
download
not
drop
hackable.
Yeah, but at first they're gonna tell you, oh look, there's someone that can walk again
Yeah.
because of the chip and all that. You know,
Yeah,
because
speed.
that's him pretending that it's for because he really cares about making people walk again, right?
Yep.
Come on, man.
That's the same movie. He gets more of that I made you walk as opposed to
Upgrade.
I can. As opposed to like, oh, you
He doesn't care about making you walk again. He just cares about getting a chip in your brain so he can control you. You know?
What was that film, man, where like AI like hacked like the dude's database? You know, I think it's Upgrade, no? You know the film where like he had an
Oh,
implant.
that's
Yeah,
another
that's
dude.
upgrade.
The implant. And then it starts
Yeah,
controlling it.
upgrade that.
Upgrade.
It was Upgrade.
Another one's Transcendence though, isn't it? With
Yeah.
Keanu.
Because
Yeah.
upgrade, you learn how to do kung fu.
He basically
everything.
learned everything,
You
but
learn how
then
to
it
walk
went
again.
dark.
I think that's upgrade.
Yeah. That's a crazy film.
Yeah, but then they make it look like you go, nah, man, it's not for you. Like you're gonna be an automaton, and if you don't do as you're told, they'll make you do as you're told.
Ezekiel
That's the whole
28.
point.
Ezekiel 28, right? It says that E's spirit is such that he thinks that he's the most high. And the most high.
Isaiah 14.
Oh yeah,
and 12.
Can. But
But what do you think?
I said Ezekiel 28.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
oh,
basically,
oh,
he's
oh,
gonna
oh,
find out.
Oh,
that
okay.
he's not a god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, but also just this
Both
idea,
of them.
both, yeah. It's base points. There's the idea that Esau has is that he is the Most High, and what can the Most High do? The Most High can make you bug out.
He
Bring
could
it out.
put-
Yeah.
put-
Bring it
He
out.
puts something.
Bring out the
Yeah,
research.
yeah.
Bring out the research.
Puts thoughts into your mind, man.
Because you know that's what Esau wants. He wants to be in your head.
And he wants to be able to quantify everything like the
Yeah,
Most High.
yeah,
'Cause remember, the scripture says even the very hairs on your head are counted. Because the Lord actually knows everything. So they think they can use technology to be on that level and then have the master AI with the data. And that's why they're building all these data centers, because we already broke it down in the algorithm. The MOTV is only the actual chip is just your interlink into a system, but the system is for so much more. The system, the infrastructure is really based about them using technology to become like the Most High, meaning all knowing, all seeing, predictive programming. So they want to be able to use data to predict the future. So it's like an oracle, which is what Google
They
does
use that,
already.
yeah.
They use that to predict the future. So it's because they got all the data,
analytics.
the analytics. Like, but in order to do that, they need massive amounts of data. They need massive amounts of processing power, and that's why they've been building all of this. It wasn't for you to
Well,
have.
they recently bought a new quantum computer. Recently, I can't remember who made it. I don't know if it was one
I think a few companies have been trying.
I see one of them in the paper. I don't know if it was like a type of Google type of company or whatever, but they made another quantum computer because they need to process all this information, man. They need AI to have access to all
in
this.
real time.
Yeah.
So that's what the 5G was all about. People were going all crazy talking about 5Gs, and 5G is just low latency internet uplink. Right? So it means that you can do things in real time. The gamers know what we're talking
And
about.
the 6Gs already out.
And the system is that wants to design 6G. Oh shit! The system wants to be designed to not have no latency. So the AI knows what's happening in this moment and can react in this moment rather than 10 seconds later, because that will put a lag in the system and that will mess up the automation and the operation. You really need a low latency network to operate an AI that's now going to operate all these systems in real time.
And Starlink was an important part of getting the parts of the world that haven't got that level of infrastructure.
That's why Starlink was created, because it's new world order infrastructure. You know, not because Elon just decided to do that.
And that's the Internet of Things. And this is what we keep saying. The mark of the beast is the final touch to that, because that now links you to the Internet of
Brings
Things.
you into the
Because you're the only thing that's not attached to it. We're attached to it by other devices at the moment. We actually we can drop this and go do whatever, right? But once it's in you, there's no escaping it. You're now part of the system.
And it's a pact. When you take, because remember, this thing's also spiritual. Because remember, I was talking to Preacher Ma. I said, when you break it down, this is a sci-fi horror movie that blends technology with demonology. Like, because Esau is working both simultaneously. So when you take that chip, you're actually making a blood pact with Esau. That's why they want to implant it. Because they could do it where it's not implanted. But why does it need to specifically be put in you and pierce blood?
Blood covenant.
Because it's a blood covenant that you're making with him. You're saying, yeah, you're God. Yeah, I will worship you. And they put in their seal within you. It's nasty work, man. Kind of gay.
It's in the blood, man. Everything comes with, you know, what's called a covenant.
That's why we don't want to be part of that, man. We're not making you can have a phone. I'll use the phone, but I ain't making no blood covenant with Satan.
Hey, that's like the blood of like of the covenant, like wickedness. When righteousness, Jake, when the covenant was being made, we had the basin of the blood sprinkled on the people. When you get that chip, you know what I mean? You're making that pact. You know?
This is true. Because there is a spooky. People see the world one or the other. It's not.
Both.
They're actually both intertwined. That's why even if you look at the tech companies, they're all witches, warlocks. You look at the names and everything. There's always witchcraft intertwined into everything that they do, man. You know, if one guy was showing the other day, like the names of a lot of these companies are all spooky, man. Yeah, because they're demon. That Silicon Valley they're nothing but demons up there. And when Trump came into power, they had a massive party. Because they knew, like he's about to go full speed. And are you not seeing that? Are you not seeing how Silicon Valley is just going
rock hard right now?
They're going full speed ahead with everything, man. While man was distracted with Epstein and the island. And you know, one thing with Epstein they don't talk about was how he was into eugenics and transhumanism and had that ranch to create a super race. But they don't really talk about that part of it.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, if you notice that they don't really talk about that part of the narrative.
Can I get something quick? It's Isaiah 28 verse 15. It says, because you have said we have made a covenant with death. And this is what anyone that's decides they want to accept the mark of the beast from Esau, right? Because you think it's going to save you, right?
The Bible says they worship the beast, which means proskuneo, which is like a dog licking their master's hand. You look at Esau as like the savior, the master, the God.
Yeah.
You know, because it is godlike powers. You know, the AI is godlike powers on Earth. You know, it's spooky.
In the Netflix documentary, What's Next with Bill Gates, they actually have a clip where they basically have the AI and they literally refer it as God in the box.
Yeah. Well, if you watch there's one called Person of Interest. That was about AI, two master AIs, right? And they made it where the AI actually was picking certain humans to be like prophets, you know, like acolytes and stuff like that, man. And then one of the names of the episodes was the Tetragrammaton. So they know that these AIs to them is like building a godhead. That's why the Elder Ariella calls it the digital godhead. And people are worshiping that altar. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it can do this, it can do that, it can save my life, it can predict the future. It can, you know, you know.
They trust in it. They trust in it.
It's like, even as somebody that uses ChatGPT a lot, like, you know, you can see how people fall in love with that, like, ChatGPT doctrine, and before you know it, it's like that's basically the Bible now.
It's the ministry of truth.
It's the ministry
You have all the answers, right?
You know, listen, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. But
Because we have said we have made a covenant with death, and with hell we are in agreement. When the overthrowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, because you think you're being protected.
Like, and that's what it's gonna be, peace and they're gonna crash the world into crisis and offer you safety through entering into covenant. That's really this is what they do. This is what they're doing in America. This is what they're doing in Britain, and that's why no matter what, every government look at it, right? Whether it's a left-wing government or a right-wing government, yeah, right. Look at the UK. What we got? We got a center, what you would call a center-left government in, right? They were meant to come in and save man from the 8 years of the center-left that we've been having, right? And they just came in and just. Everyone's hurt. Within about 3 months, everyone was like, "What did we do?"
They're supposed to be for us.
You know, yeah, man's feeling like Tyrese right now in the UK. We're down bad, like bankrupt, everything. But guess what? France is going through it. Germany's going through it. Italy's going through it. America's going through it, and it's by design because they want the people to be in crisis. So they call out for that salvation, and the salvation is going to be something completely different to how life was before. And most people, when you try to explain it to them, they can't get it because they're so fixated on the way things were, not understanding that what Esau's bringing is something completely different.
And there's all that talk right now about the taxing the wealth thing, right? And they're really looking into it now and see what they're going to do about it. Well, of course, it's going to break the system. We know that. You know, that's not going to really work anyway. But what is the alternative now? Oh, don't worry about all of that because we've got this new system here.
The new system, the old system was not fair.
Yeah, this is going to be fair.
And that's why they're pushing all this stuff. They're going to say the old system wasn't fair. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But this new system is going to be fair because we're going to allocate the resources fairly to everyone. Of course, to some people it will be more fair than others. And man will be like, yeah, because the billionaires, I'll take the chip. Because a billionaire ain't gonna be that's why it says rich. Just read it because it says rich and poor because even the people with money are gonna be brought into the system, and a lot of them are gonna lose a lot of the money that they have. You got people who their resources are gonna be taken by the government. They're gonna be confiscated by the government, and then if the currency devalues and goes to nothing, if you got £1 million in the bank, what does it mean anything anyway?
That happened in Greece. This is the thing. People forget recent history. Right, that happened in Greece, where the government was just there like, we're gonna take it. What can you do?
They're gonna do that, and then people. That's why that guy Gary, they're allowing him to bring all this stuff about tax the wealth, because that's a Trojan horse. Because really, what's gonna happen is UBI. That is ultimately the solution that's gonna come. Listen, man, we're gonna have to just. Everything's collapsing, everything's messed up. We're going to take control of the farming. We're going to take control. We're going to work together with these private companies to make sure that everyone gets their fair share of everything. And people are going to be like, yeah, because I'm down bad right now. That's why they need to make you desperate. They have to create crisis. Oh, there's terrorism everywhere, so we need to have everyone chipped so that we can protect you. It's for your own safety.
Revelations, yeah.
Yeah.
So Revelations 13:16. If I may read in the NLT.
Oh, hold on, wait. Just like this new porn thing. Oh, we need to protect the children from porn. So the porn sites have to now have the digital verification for the digital ID. That's a Trojan horse. For it sounds reasonable, but really it's going to end up being for everything.
Yep.
They're saying this for YouTube. They want to push it for YouTube now. So really, pretty soon, to access the anonymity, to access the internet, you're going to have to use a digital ID.
And what did we have just recently? A whole bunch of leaked data from one of those dating sites, I think, in America.
Oh, the T app.
Yeah, right. Whole everybody's information out there now. Like, so how can you ever really feel safe?
Yeah.
But it's just them deciphering information from you, man.
Yeah, but
Palantir just ate that up, man.
someone won't be able to copy if the system works of digital ID, biometrics. They won't be able to do it, apparently.
What always said.
Oh, sorry, and it could be bolstered by AI. Because the thing is with AI now, if you bring AI online, AI can help suss people out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hold on,
Unnatural.
I've checked a few things from a system, and you ain't even supposed to. Where you're logging in from, you ain't even there. So that can't be you, because the AI can go through the Palantir and hold on. My man's in New York right now. You're in London, like trying to sign in with his digital ID. Like, what's happening here?
Trying to use VPN. And
Then, but they won't even tell you that. The police will just turn up, because they'll link that into the system automatically and send it through for you.
Even now, they're obviously saying there's information of people, not to get into it, but using pictures of kids to make
Yeah. Of course.
entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, which is why, again, that everyone to like use sites and that needs to have their information.
So then basically what you end up having is they'll have sentinels. It's the same aspect of the Matrix. You got all this shit that's on the internet, that's wrong. You could just set up an AI that just searches the internet for images and things like that and starts clipping shit. It's just like what they show you in the Matrix. The sentinels, this is an unauthorized broadcast, and they just come up and blaze.
So I was gonna say, I always remember, what did Elon Musk say when he bought Twitter? He said authenticate everyone.
Yeah.
Right. And this is the system. I mean, because it's mad that it's just same year that the UK is getting digital driving licenses. Right. The same year, all of a sudden they're bringing in this law, and America's doing the same thing. Australia's doing the same thing. All at the same time. These things aren't coincidences.
Yeah. And you're gonna use it to get into your Google. And look, like I already said, it's already like that. Most things you sign up for, you just use your Google account.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me you don't do that.
come on.
If I have to sign up for a new app, I ain't going through the sign up, put your name. I have at the bottom there, sign in with your Google account. I sign in with my Google account, slap my fingerprint on there, and I'm good to go. Like, no, I'm just keeping it real.
And then when you go onto your Google, you can see all of the different sites that you signed into, and that as well is feeding into the AI. And
Well, you know what they did? Yeah, what messed a lot of people up, right? But that happened to someone I know. That if you were trying to do the anonymity thing, now when you're trying to operate and you want to pay for things, because you was using the wrong name on your Google account, you can't pay for shit like using that Google account because it don't line up. It'll be like, oh, this address, or when you lose something, it's like, oh, we need to confirm. You know, you'll say we need to confirm your identity because you've lost it. All of a sudden, you can't confirm your identity, so you lose access. So now, really, all them people that's got anonymous accounts, you're slowly gonna not be able to use those accounts. So they'll just send a message through. Oh, there's been some fraud on your account. We need you to confirm your identity before you can get access. That's it. You're cooked because you put down Jerry Atrick. That's your name.
Fake fake name, fake age.
So you gotta have your real name.
And it's the same with the whole crypto thing, because that was supposed to be based on the anonymity of the users, right? But now everything's been KYC. Everything's KYC now. So what started to be like, this underground thing that no one knows about, now for you to be involved in it, you have to be known.
You have to be known. And as well, even on because there was a politician recently, which some countries already do this, where the politician was like, why are you using a VPN?
Well, you got to hide.
Yeah, they want to try and get rid of the VPNs.
Yeah, Russia, and it's illegal in Russia to have a VPN. I believe China as well.
Yeah, they're gonna go after the VPN as well, which is peak.
Which is they're very easy to set up your own ones. Just say.
But the AI gonna come after that too.
Exactly.
Huh? Go on. can't
Yeah.
talk shit.
I'm not gonna watch the talk.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, I don't see the game. What? Yeah, I'll be going to watch AFTV meltdown.
Revelation
BBC was
13.
not gonna get my money, man. I'll watch this shit.
Revelation 30:16.
gangster,
I'll read it
he's
from the
like
NLT. It says, He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor.
Small and great. The system that they're bringing in is going to be for the little man and the big man. That's what it means by small, not small nations, it's small people.
Small nations?
That's your average everyday dude. And that's what's their terminology for that? Banking the unbanked.
Yep.
That's a big terminology they use. Oh, there's lots of people in the world that are unbanked. So
Because they ain't got a fucking home. Yeah, that's not matter because they ain't got no fucking address. You know, they're living on a fucking bridge or some shit.
yeah, but not just them. There was a lot of people in the world that were still using checking accounts. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a bank account. They had a checking, so they were getting paid in a check, and they would go to like one of them, them checkers, cashiers, and they'll get because they had certain people that didn't transition over to the idea of having a bank account. So you got certain places in the world where they don't have a banking system like that because they didn't need one. They were just using cash. Yeah. So, but now they're like, oh, but because they don't have access to a bank, that means they can't get loans. That means they can't get these things, and that's keeping them back in life. So we need to bank them. But in order to bank them, then how do we do it? Digital ID. Go look it up. Listen, I'm not making this stuff up. Just type in banking the unbanked, and you will see that at the end of all of what they're talking about is giving everyone digital IDs and a CBDC.
Yeah, it's a like a philanthropic movement.
But it's good for them, yeah.
To help everyone, right?
But that's the same thing. When you're saying banking the unbanked, it's the same thing as saying he calls it all. Because what you're trying to say is we need everyone to be in the system. It's the same thing. Small and great, but
no man gets left behind.
No one gets left behind.
That's it.
But they're selling it to you like they're doing it because they want to help the little poor, what they call, them vendor, the little hand cart vendor somewhere, which over there, that's already happening, right? This brother will tell you. Look at a hand cart vendor that's got a galvanized house, and they got the app.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, like,
digital ID,
I say it all the time, like, some of the stuff I saw when I was recently in Ghana, bro, I'm seeing technology that we don't even
coming
use
like
here.
looking like Wakanda.
Like, literally in Ghana to get a SIM card. A SIM card in Ghana is your life because you got something called the Ghana card, which basically is all your information on one. So with that, you can get a passport, you can get a bank card, and
So it's a digital ID.
Yeah. And basically, if you don't have that, you cannot get a SIM card in Ghana without that. Like basically, if you don't have a Ghana card, like you have a temporary SIM card that expires in about a week, and obviously that SIM card.
Oh, you gotta get a gal, man.
Like, and basically, it's got all your biometrics. So even me, when I was in the airport, when I came off the flight, bro, the lady had to get her phone, and there's an app they got, scan my face, which matched my passport, for me to get a temporary SIM card. Which is shit. Man, here you just go to the corner shop, boss man. That's it.
It's crazy because as well, it's like when you look at some of the stuff that they is about to do a lot of in different like parts of government, about to do like a lot of, whether it be like for work or whatever, right, and like touching some of the systems and looking into some of the systems. It's like the UK gov is similarly like that. It's very digital, right, and everything is being put on the platform, right, and you can't really maneuver. Like even I think about the fact that over here in the UK you can't not use digital payments to access any of the transport in London, right? The fact that you can no longer use a cash to top up your Oyster card basically means that they always know who and where you are, right? Where you're going.
1993.
Okay.
No. That's
Cashless society.
Get cashless, because that's the thing. If you're topping up something with your bank card, right? You've used your bank on your bank card. You performed what's referred to as a KYC, i.e., know your customer. So if you're topping up that Oyster card using your bank card, so it's like, okay, you topped up that Oyster card. So then when you're then going on the platform, it's like, well, you topped it up, so that's very likely you. Right. So and as well that nowadays most people don't even use Oyster cards, just use your bank card. So once again, they're like, okay, you've gone here, you've gone there, you've gone here, you've gone there. Okay, so you know the system's more or less there already.
Yeah.
They just need to continue plugging it in. And even I remember during the vid, Korea didn't do contact tracing the way that we did it. The way they did it was like, well, use your bank card in this spot. So
See?
you was there,
Mm.
right? That means you now have to go in quarantine, basically showing you that using digital payments is a way for people to link you to what it is and where you're going.
Paper trail.
It's a paper
Yeah,
trail.
yeah.
Can I,
Trail,
can
whatever
I
you
read
call it.
this? Yeah, and then another thing you have to realize as well is that once they tap you into that system, because they've made cameras and everything ubiquitous,
Yeah,
cameras are everywhere and
Ring.
they're all connected to the internet.
ring cameras.
Ring dog. Hey, bro, do you know
Yeah.
how many man get clocked off that?
Yeah.
When I watch these murder things,
Yeah, it'll show you
what's
clips.
one of the first things that the police do? They go to the neighborhood
Yeah.
and they go to all the ring doorbells and man will, yeah, is this you?
Yeah.
Man catch man running there on the ring doorbell. And you can't even commit a proper crime nowadays.
But you got to give it to Esau. You really got to get. He could have himself, right, spent the money installing cameras everywhere, but he got citizens to
Helping you
pay
out,
yeah.
for the cameras
Yes.
to have, so he could use them and police
So
them,
then,
which is
remember,
genius.
we were doing the thing. Remember, there was a 1 second. There was a movie called Impostor, and in that film they show you that everyone's chipped because of enemies, aliens, right? Everyone's chipped, and as you walk down the street, yeah, the screen, which is actually it's in China now, they do that. The screen will come up, flash up with your face because you walk past the screen. It flashes up with your face and your information, and it's tracking you. And then people got to realize that if you take someone else's chip and try and use it, the reason you're gonna get clocked is, for one, all them cameras are gonna say this person with this biometric is using the chip, and the camera's gonna read you, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like, hold on, the person uses his chip doesn't match what's on the chip, and so the biometrics is really like a two-factor authentication. That's why you can't use someone else's chip, because even when you go into the shops, they got cameras there. So you tap, and the camera's watching your face. So if they connect all them systems together, it can know where you are for sure.
They're planning to, because they said one of the things that they want to do with the digital driving license is plug it into the self checkout, such that you no longer need to ask
For the alcohol.
Yeah, if you want anything over like age restricted, right? Then you no longer, because you know certain times like you've been in self checkout and there's like one person, you're waiting 10 minutes just to like get authored,
So they'll
like
put that in.
authorized. Yeah.
And then man like Glockerez, they doing all this. You know what I mean?
But to prove what the elder's saying as well, it's like it's when you have a biometric passport, it's not like you just tap your passport and go.
Like,
You have to first confirm that it is me, and then it lets you go.
Yeah. That's the whole point why the biometric information is on it in the first place, is so that it can double check who you are.
I have a quick one.
Yeah, go
This
on.
is for Jeremiah 5:6. Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, a wolf of the evening shall spoil them, a leopard shall watch over their cities. You know, which spiritually the way we like apply that scripture is basically with the whole surveillance, man. You know what I mean? It's swift. Like even the point we're talking about of criminals and stuff. Bro, I've seen clips that look like movie scenes of a criminal running away from police, and at every turning he turns, it's got a video of him going past the house.
ring.
Yeah.
jumping the fence.
Yeah,
It shows him
yeah.
in the grass, hiding and shit.
Low angles, innit?
Bare angles. I
Because
think it's a video.
in most cities now, that's what I mean, as in the infrastructure. If you actually just think about how many microphones exist, every phone is a mic. That's how Google knows. You know, when you go on Google and you want to go to like a restaurant, it will tell you how busy it is.
Yeah.
Or on a train, how busy it is, because everyone's got a Google account with their location services on. So Google knows how many people are in a certain vicinity. It also can predict then, based upon that data, how many people are going to be there next week, just by running the algorithm. You understand? So we live in a society where they've made it where even payment used to be, you go to a market, so, oh yeah, can I pay card? No, they've made it easy that now you don't even need to have the sum up reader. You could use your phone. So anyone with a phone can take payments.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's an app now.
last time, and I was out, with a brother, getting a drink, when I came to contactless, I tapping on the bitch's phone. I was like, you stealing my information, man?
Now,
Your number.
why that makes it now, think of it now. So if everyone technically has a device that can, it's basically a phone is now a multifunctional device.
Yeah.
You don't need to get a specific reader to do this because the phone can do all of that, right? So now peep this here. I'm watching this thing with the Ghana card. We're gonna stay with the Ghana card, right? Which Ghana didn't come up with.
Yeah.
This is something where, like we said, Esau
Experiment.
has
WF,
WF, but BIS and all them dons and all the big, NGOs, they've pushed this system down there. Now it says here that the Ghana to make the national ID a multi-purpose card for seamless services, which means all of the public services will be keyed in with this card, which is what they want.
And again, back to that problem reaction solution type thing. Because why? Because things take too long.
Yeah.
Waiting lists and all these doing things, healthcare, everything's long.
Now,
Basically,
oh,
that's as powerful as a passport.
now
Yeah, say it's similar.
this is going to say everything we were just talking about. Ghana's National ID Authority says it plans to expand use cases of the national ID, the Ghana card, in order to drive financial inclusion. What was you just talking about? Banking on blank, financial inclusion. This is all the same talking points. And ensure the seamlessly delivery of a wide range of government services. It says the acting CEO of the ID Authority, Yara Koku, blood clot. You know he's got peas, but man's got 10 wives. You know what I mean? It's mad, all chipped. Recently in a post on X, that part of the plan is to link the biometric ID card with mobile money.
Yeah, and again, remember I was saying it when I was out there. Like, bro, you have an old auntie can't speak English. All she knows is mobile money. Like, my mother is like, that's all she uses. She's like, all right, son,
same in Zimbabwe.
send me money now because the rate of the
seamless.
Ghana money and the pound or the dollar has gone up or down. It's like that's all they use.
Yeah.
That's that. Like people barely carry cash. Like, bro, people in Ghana will rather lose cash than their SIM card or their Ghana card, bro.
Yeah, but does it also help against theft?
Yeah.
Like armed robbers.
yeah,
It makes it more difficult
It makes
for them
it
to
very
take your shit, innit?
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because like even when they like a person tries to like send money or whatever, they will know by like it's like not your right pattern or whatever.
Yeah.
And temporary blocking.
Yeah.
Last year they put a temporary ban on one major mobile money app, and people was basically gonna riot because it's like, yo, like
It's our
this
life.
is how we pay.
life, man.
This is how we receive money.
I hear that. So it's linking with the money services. So that's what's gonna happen. The system of digital ID. And remember, there's a document that came out with 2024, the Bank of International Enslavements. They had the document about CBDC. What did they say in the document? They said they were discussing how a CBDC should be rolled out and if it should be rolled out. And one of the things they said was the key to rolling out a successful CBDC project is digital ID. You can't have a digital ID and not have the CBDC and vice versa, because if you just got the money and you ain't got the ID part of it, you're cooked. So both those, this is why we told you that the money and the ID part of it go hand in hand. So you're going to start seeing them trying to fuse it together. The digital ID linked in with your bank accounts, which is what we're reading.
I said, and once again in the UK, like, so the different nations attack the problem differently, as in officially speaking. But in the UK, we've got something very similar, because right now, if you start getting P's in your account, HMRC are gonna hit you up like, yo, what's going on? So it's like they're already connected you. It's like, wait there, all right, you got that much, all right, where's my tax pay?
Yep.
You know.
So that's why it says here, with the mobile money services and bank accounts in line with the original design of the card. So they're telling you that, yeah, the first part was what they pushed out to bring it out, but really this is what the card was designed for. It was designed for what? The link your ID with your money so they can trace you. He says, as acting blah blah blah, he will work to advance the vision of President John Mahama, which is not his vision.
Exactly.
It's not his vision. This is straight up from Esau. Yeah, he didn't wake up one day in a trance and decide he's gonna do all this stuff.
So-
This This has come down from the BIS, the IMF, WEF, or name the think tanks and whatever you want to think from. The man bring them through. They do some rituals, feed them with some prostitutes, give them some money, and say, yeah, go do that.
That's why most countries now, even the world, some of the world's poorest countries, that's why most countries now have a biometric passport.
Yep. It says here, imagine linking your Ghana card. Oh, sorry. Of making the Ghana card a multi-purpose card to render access to digital services easier and more convenient for Ghanaian citizens. Imagine linking your Ghana card to your Momo, mobile money and bank account so you can pay for goods and service without knowing the vendor's phone number or Momo details. Imagine using your Ghana card as your driver's license, eliminating the need to visit the DVLA for fingerprints.
Bro, that's how important it is. Like, honestly, you do not need to, like, right now, if I go Ghana again, I don't really need a visa. I can just, whatever is on my Ghana card, is basically, I just walk straight through. But, like, before I got my Ghana card, I had to go through all the checks. Well, now you have the Ghana card, hey, you literally just walk in.
Which would mean that all these systems are also being integrated.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, they're all coming together.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like,
Scammers them up. Cool.
So the UK used to have what was referred to as a biometric residence permit, right, which was like a separate card alongside your passport. But as of this year, what they've done is they basically merged it such that you no longer need the physical card. They basically are now understanding foreign passports and stuff like that at border control. Once again, basically just meaning that everything is becoming more and more linked on a global scale. Right?
Yep.
And that's the thing with digital technology. You always get the updates and the patches and that kind of thing to be upgraded. You know, so it can this thing couldn't do such a thing, but now it can. You know?
Now it's gonna get spooky now, right? They said because it's a physical card right now, but listen to this, right? I want to skip down. It says, he mentioned that there are a few of many instances in which the Ghana card can be made more useful for citizens, adding their vision is to also make it easier for people to get replacement Ghana cards. Now, wait. It says, imagine your card goes missing, but you simply walk into a booth, pay, provide your fingerprint and your replacement card is printed on the spot without having to visit the NIA office and wait in a long queue. Well, my thing is this. Why do you need the card itself?
Exactly.
You could just put all that information that's on the card on a chip, right? Now, if somebody wants to see the information that's on the card, well, man's got his phone. Man will just touch your phone and it will bring up the information on your phone and you show it to them.
And that's why I said, when I came out recently, I said, bro, these people are ready for the chip. Because Ghana, like a big thing, and just, like all over the earth, but West Coast in general, like a big thing is theft, like the actual fear of theft. You know what I mean? Like people have a big thing of the like a fear of theft. So you just know, like when that chip gets rolled out, that's what people gonna do, man.
And grab this real quick. So 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? So we're not ignorant of how these systems are playing. Right, and if ultimately someone who's got someone who's got issues, right? So let me run that. Yeah, someone who can't see this, right? When you read Mark 13:33, it says, "Watch and pray, man." So someone who can't see what we're talking about, they're not watching. Because when you're watching, you're like, "Yo, it is here."
And it's moving fast.
Yeah.
It's a breaker. Well, my man said the 4th industrial revolution shall progress at breakneck speed.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing. If you look at an exponential curve, and I was thinking about it, because my granddad was like 87, like the other day, and I was like, "Raw, that was bare old." They weren't even. They were probably Telegram when he was growing up. But if you look at the pace of technological advancement, and not only that, the pace of that infrastructure being ubiquitous, like how quickly like something becomes everywhere. It's quick now. Update, like you said, update now. Everywhere can do it. It's not like it's only here. It's almost everywhere. Really quick.
And you imagine why all these nations are so much fucking debt. All this money they've been pumping into this earth to build this infrastructure, man. Obviously, that's where it's gone. You know what I mean? All these corporations got this money doing these infrastructure changes, man.
Mhm.
You know, like that's the only that's the only way you can really kind of figure out where all this money's being spent. It's just crazy amounts of money.
They've been building their own prison.
Mm.
And that's what people don't realize, that really it's a digital prison. They've been getting you to buy all these products. And these products are going to be their products because, like I said, once everything is connected into the internet, you don't really control that no more because they got back doors for everything. Once they bring that they got it already. Don't think they already don't have a Skynet. They've got a big major AI that they could just switch a button on and it just goes. It's probably already running in the background. Man don't even know about it,
Yeah,
and it's already watching everything what's going on and learning. And then when they're ready for it, it will start just running, and it will say, okay, this food needs to go here. There's this amount of people here. Oh, hey, listen, man, at least 10% of those people need to die. Like, just send the troops. Because remember, that's what Jade Helm was all about. Jade Helm was AI being used by the military to make decisions. That's the kind of decisions they're gonna make. Listen, do the calculations. Okay, this place here, because of the amount of people that own guns, okay, we're gonna have to kill like this amount of people, right? And we need this amount of men to send, this amount of drones. Go do that. Boom, boom, boom. That's how it's gonna work.
In hospital and medicine, which they're going to use in a similar situation, there's a term called triaging, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you have like a major disaster, they will triage. They'll be like, who can get help and who doesn't need help?
prioritize. Yeah.
Who can we prioritize, man? And that's what you're going to basically be seeing these AIs doing.
And you got these AIs making decisions on the combat field now.
Yeah.
You know, things like that.
Yeah.
So that's all, you know, being built up, man, to take action when the time is needed.
Palantir.
That's what Palantir basically is. Skynet. It's,
Getting all that
it's bringing
information.
all the data together in one.
Where's Daddy?
Yeah.
Where's
I
Daddy?
mean, Esau's. I'm gonna say Esau.
It was scary, bro.
Yeah, because that's literally what it's called.
Yeah, but yeah. Come
Out
on,
of context, like.
no, that's actually what it's been used in Palestine.
Yeah.
Like it's basically got a score system, and it takes all your information, social media, and who you're physically around. And basically, the way it works is as soon as the father, the main extremist gets home, the drone gets sent to the person's house, and that's it.
Yeah.
And like we always said, if you bring that into the realm of criminology, you know who the number one people that they're saying is the main producers of criminals. And if they're using pre-crime to judge what you're gonna be when you grow up, that you got at home listening to nothing but drill,
He's failed.
the AI's already marked him.
He ain't gonna live past 16.
That young driller, crip walking in the living room,
Cooked.
and then the fire sticks picking up him crip walking. You know what I mean? Like, they're seeing all that. Yeah, this guy is destined to be a demon.
Or you know what I mean? If he buys a night tech,
Yeah, the black Air Force Ones, man. Yeah, it's over, man. Put it all together, mate. It's peak.
in it.
All right, brothers. I'm gonna head out.
Is it Ezekiel 21 verse 8? Or read it in NLT?
That's close now.
Ezekiel 21:8 NLT. It says, "Then the Lord said to me, Son of man, give the people this message from the Lord. A sword is being sharpened and polished."
So how does the Lord get the message out? Through his prophets. Right? That's why he's being sent to tell them. And we're telling you the exact same thing. There's a sword that's what they call a Damocles sword hanging over your head, over the world's head. Right? We're warning you of the time to come. We're blowing that trumpet. But you think, we're just we're crazy like Noah in building the boat because of the rain that's going to come. Like, what do you mean? You think we're crazy, man? But you're going to regret it when it comes.
And it says, "It is sharpened for terrible slaughter and polished to flash like lightning."
Revelation 12 and 12 tells you that Satan come with a great wrath because you have for a short time. That's why also everything's been happening fast, man, because the Most High have been pushing the time along. And that's why all this industrial revolution has taken place in all this short space of time. And like I said, we're at the point we are now because the end is coming. Yep.
Now will you laugh? Those far stronger than you have fallen beneath its power.
And this is what Esau and all these different people, they think that they kept their safety because we're living in such an age of technology, right? that everything is fine and dandy. But when you really look at the world, everything's getting worse. It's not bettering us. It's not really strengthening us. We're suffering more than we ever have.
Yeah. And it's just because the thing is, this technology could have been used for
Could,
good,
yeah, could have done good.
you know.
Yeah.
It could have benefited everyone. But that is not
Yeah.
the design of these things, because Esau his intent is not to help, right? Never trust that enemy. He's not here to help. He's there to help himself, but at the expense of everybody else, man. I got quick precept. Where is it? Yeah, Habakkuk 2:9. It says, "Woe to him that converteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high." He don't care about everybody else's nest; they're living. That's why the poor are getting poorer,
Yeah.
and they're getting ground into the dirt, and they're crying out because they're broke as hell. They've got no future prospects and all these different types of things. So he still don't care about everybody else's household. He only cares about his own elevation.
Yeah, and in that process, one of the things as well is like as he's struggling, you get certain Jakes that are doing better than he, and he hates that, and that's fueling that hatred, man. It vexates him, man.
Yep.
Got something else. Revelation 6, verse 4 NOT, and it says, "Then another horse appeared, a red one. Its rider was given a mighty sword and the authority to take peace from the earth."
Right, peace is gone. Like even inside your own countries, peace is gone.
Yes.
Inside your house.
Yeah. In the old fucking house, man.
Everywhere.
They sit there arguing about men and women shit or
Yeah.
left or right shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The red and blue, like it don't fucking end. There's always a discussion or argument being had, right, by yourselves, your neighbors, everything, right? So we're all kind of disjointed. But the scripture tells you that in Daniel that the people should not cleave to one another. So we're all being separated and divided by all these things that Esau's doing. Yep.
And there was war and slaughter everywhere.
Right? Globally. Like we can pick violent times in history.
Yeah.
We can. There's always been violent times in the earth, man. But they've always been mostly kind of isolated in specific regions. Never has it been the whole entire earth before.
Yeah.
Much because the whole entire earth was inhabited before.
Yeah.
But we've gone to that extent now where Esau's everywhere and infecting everybody.
You know, because I remember someone giving that scoff years ago, being like, "Well, these things have always happened," but it's like right now we're seeing craziness happening
The
all
numbers
at
are
the same
different.
time. Earthquakes, are more powerful than ever, and he will attribute it because he's the devil to global warming and whatever, what have you. Right, but these are the judgments of the Lord. Man.
Well, before Esau come along, there was never a world war.
Yeah.
A world war. I didn't hear you that. Like, a world war. Yeah, Rome might have been conquering lands and and that's Esau
One
as
at a
well.
time.
Yeah, that was Esau as well. But he's doing those things one at a time. He didn't get the whole world in an uproar,
Yeah.
right? And decided to drop bombs and kill millions of people. That never really happened before. It's true, right? Since all this industrial revolution and we've got planes and stuff, now we can go carry fighter jets and what's the air the what they carry there?
Aircraft carriers.
We've got all that stuff going on, man. The world is in peril. Everyone's preparing for war. Everyone's spending money on warfare, but they should be funding their people and their health services and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
because of Esau.
yeah, that's one of the things that the Chinese factory workers were kind of saying with all of these tariffs. I was like, wait, there, it's like, yo, like your elites could have been using that money to have built, because once again you hear certain of the stories, whether it's true or not, you hear certain of the stories coming out of China where it's like 90% of Chinese people own their homes. Right? What does that look like in reference to America? You look at places like California, people think about Hollywood, but what's right at the side of Hollywood, man? Right? All people just living in absolute pain. Right? China, they'll build like what? I think in the time we've spoken about HS2, they've built like 45,000 miles of high-speed rail. And it ain't like 90 quid to use like we use here. You can go like business class on the train, right, for like 21 quid, and you're traveling hundreds of miles, man. Food is cheap, right? I mean, the propaganda in China right now is pretty damn good. Like, but basically the point more or less is he has always had the know-how to do better, but that's just not in his spirit. That's not what he was designed for.
This is the point. It's the system that he created. Like Bro always mentioned, the system was built and made to fail.
Yeah.
It's meant to bring up problems. You know, the simulations here, it starts off all right,
Yeah.
and then he says out of control, and there's nothing you can do to recover it. It's done. You got to start a new one. You get something? Yeah, quick on.
The book of Ecclesiasticus 10 and 3. An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudent prudence of
But
them.
it's not even because he's stupid.
Yes.
This is what's even more worse than that. It's not even that he's stupid. He's not stupid. He generally has a hatred for mankind
Yeah.
and life itself.
Yeah.
You know?
And people, as the scripture says, destroy for lack of knowledge. They don't know that this guy's an Edomite. They look at what he's presented by PR, right, and be like, oh no, he would never do that. But then when you read the scriptures, you understand who and what the Edomites are and represent,
Yeah.
right? You're like, yo, this is the wicked.
Well, yeah. They're just actors.
Yeah.
They're actors. They're not Hollywood. Well, they are. They are. They're on the biggest stage than all these actors are. They're bigger actors. And you might say it's bad acting, but the world still buys it.
Exactly.
You know, no one really believes that Tom Cruise is Mission Impossible. Like, 5'4" self. Like,
That's it.
no one actually believes that. But like, you believe Trump and guys like you believe he's generally here to save America, and he's not doing nothing to save it.
Can't stop, because that's one of the things that you've been speaking on a lot recently in the last couple of weeks, is that PR machine of Hollywood really puts an image in people's head that Esau is smart, that he's intelligent, that he's going to save the world, when he's actually the opposite of all of them things.
Because how can we have back-to-back leaders and none of them are smart enough to turn
Make
anything
some
around?
change,
Because it's not even just them; they've got a whole bunch of smart people supposedly behind them
Yeah.
to help with all these decision makers, and nothing gets better. Why is that?
Mhm.
Because none of them got fucking integrity for one, right?
Yeah.
They were doing the deals with the elites because the elites are why they're there in the first place. They are corporate employees of the elites, right? And so their part to play is, oh, you want to stand in front of the people, you're going to sell them this bullshit that we want done, and you got to convince them.
Yeah.
That's part of their job. You have to convince them.
Yeah.
Right. So they build up a cult personality because it's not like, you know, what they say makes sense, because nothing Trump says makes sense. But they build up this cult personality, gets you behind him. He'll say the right things about certain aspects and have people rooting for him. But it's all false. He's not working for you.
Second script.
So Jamal,
Like
yeah,
it.
so go.
You say, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 3. An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Right, we're waiting for a righteous ruler, right? Because that's what the world lacks. You know, this whole idea of you know, the a kingship or is like unrighteous in some way because kings go mad and be wicked and stuff. Yeah, that has been the history for the most part in the world, that kings, you know, do things selfishly, because king's not meant to be selfish. King's meant to be selfless, right? But yeah, we got a history. Yeah, right. But we've had a bunch of selfish kings, right? So you think, oh, having a democracy is better because we get to vote the person in. Oh, how's that working out?
Exactly.
they're just as corrupt, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But we're waiting for a righteous ruler, which is Yahweh Shai, right, to rule in an everlasting kingdom, right? So to set everything right, so we can all live better lives ultimately.
And Esau very much on the point of democracy. Esau knows very much how to give you the illusion of choice, right? Procter and Gamble and Unilever are perfect examples.
Oh, they should be done away with, man.
Yeah.
Long time ago, but they still be allowed to exist.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly. Yeah, so the point I was just gonna make was just this: you may be thinking, "Ooh, am I gonna go fairy or am I gonna go aerial?" That you know, those may be one different. It's like the point is, it's like they're the same company. You realize when you look at the back, you're thinking I'm gonna go, but you're actually buying from the same. Yeah, you're buying from the same thing, right? But he understands that, you know, giving people the illusion of choice.
And this is what's hypocritical, because he will talk about, oh, we like, was it fair competition or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But he has umbrella companies that like own everything.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. We was talking about the music earlier on, and how Jake really haven't got a foot in that. Really, when you look at it, the music industry is owned by three large
I'm about
companies.
to say three, yeah.
Three companies, which is why even Spotify has never and will never make a profit, right? Yeah, it's an NWA.
They don't own shit.
You don't own shit, and the contract that they. So imagine you've got this large company that everyone's heard of, right? Everyone has in their pocket, right? They can't make much. So how much so can a little Jake on the street?
And you have to imagine, if someone has got all this music that has all this you know, this industry, right, or not, why are they going to sell their rights to somebody else?
Exactly.
Why would they do that? No, they're going to rent it to you. Yeah, they're going to pay a subscription fee to have access to the music, and that's why you'll notice on Spotify, you know, sometimes you access to a certain album, and sometimes it disappears.
Yes. Yeah.
The only reason that happens is because that contract is up.
Yeah.
They was allowed to have it for a certain amount of time.
Netflix, you'll see it as leaving soon.
Yeah.
Because of and that's why Netflix
They don't own none of that stuff.
Exactly.
Netflix might even made it, but they don't.
They own the rights.
You know what I'm saying? So
Rights, character.
that's whoever, the people that own the shit is who's making the real money out of it.
That's it.
They're making the change, right? Yeah. Sorry, who's speaking?
You finishing that
Finish
one?
that?
Yeah, precept. Couple. This is Proverbs 29, verse 2. And it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
So we all should be able to identify that this is not a good time for people on the earth. Globally, it's not that good, right? And we're all asking for the same thing. We want better rulership. We want more fairness. But I thought democracy was meant to give all that. Why isn't it happening? Right? There's obviously this system don't work, and it was never really made to work. It was only meant to play a game with you and to deceive you.
Like Chucky, play a game.
Yeah. Well, no, Saw it.
Well, that's actually even more purpose.
It matter, innit? Yeah, you want to play a game, like because it's been set up. The system is set up to an illusion to deceive you, to make you believe that you are making changes for the better of the majority, right? Because that's what the democracy is supposed to represent, the majority. But it doesn't benefit the majority at all. It always benefits the 1%, the elites, right? Now, Yahweh Shai isn't going to have that sort of rulership because it's going to be transparent. We're not going to be able to hide behind things and do all this deception because you want to know what the deal is. That's it. You know?
You know what, using Surah 10, could you read, was it verse 4 or is it verse 8? Yeah, as in, could you read verse 4, 8? I just don't want the elder was saying, one that's profitable.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it that is profitable.
Right? And yeah, it's going to profit us more than others. Of course, we're the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, we're his sons. Of course, we're going to have favoritism, right? It's going to be, of course. But that don't mean that overall it's going to be better for everybody. Because a righteous ruler brings prosperity to all, ultimately. Now, you might not like some of the laws that, the Most High might, that we're putting in place now. You might not like some of them, but at least you know what the deal is. At least we're not going to chop and change and be hypocritical and one rule for you, another rule for another. It ain't going to be all of that. Right? It's going to be fair. What you've learned from us, the law, that is what it's going to be. Right? There's not going to be no gray areas, and we're going to judge righteously. So you're not going to be, done falsely. Right? So that world is a better world to live in than this part of shit that we live in right now, where you're just being a victim all the damn fucking time.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 33. I may read from 2. It say, a wise man hateth not the law, but he that is an hypocrite, there is as a sheep in a storm. A man of understanding trusteth in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as an oracle.
You know why we can trust it? Because it came from the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
Who knows more about this earth and how it should be run better than the Heavenly Father?
Yeah, we always give that example of like, here it is. You just put the big whip, right? You just got the big whip, the big Merc, or
I heard you could put sunflower oil in it.
Exactly. But these size Mercedes have straight up said, look, man, you gotta use this. For instance, like if you put the wrong, whether it's diesel in a petrol, they gotta come.
I've done that one.
Exactly. They had to come clean out the entire engine, right?
I didn't even try to do that. I tried to sperm it. I managed to pull through, but it was rough.
No, but that's the problem. Like, here it is. Like, he has basically looked at the manual that the Lord left, and what cast I was behind these something, right? And that's what he's done. He's like,
And then changing the law.
the Lord.
He got the manual. The manual's there for him. Like he's supposed to really know it because he's a Christian, right? So he knows, supposed to know, right? And he's just like, I don't need this. He's on one of those sticker adverts, man. You're a man. Manly men don't read instructions and shit, right? Just throw it just there, put it together anyhow, right? But you're messing everything up.
That's it.
Because there is a specific guideline to live in this earth, man. If you want to prosper in it, if you don't want disease and famine and all these things to come upon you, there's a way to live.
Yeah.
Right? When you start saying like, oh, that don't matter no more, then this is why we got problems.
Exactly.
Like men and men. I mean,
Like,
Working
Yeah,
that which is unseen.
These things that we're arguing about, like that was clear. It was clear from the beginning. It's because Esau's like trying to change what those things are and what those things mean. It's got you confused.
That's it. And the proof of what the elder said earlier on about how Esau knows these things is that people that are pro that lifestyle, right, whether it's because they do it themselves or as it's in Romans 1, it says, or they have pleasure in them that do these things, right, what's one of their retorts? Oh, that's those Abrahamic religions, right? So they understand where the origins come from.
But they have no respect for it.
Exactly. And
Because Esau's causing to have no respect for it. You know, because he don't respect it.
That's right. Proverbs 13, it says, whosoever despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
Right? And that is what only happens, man. The same thing that happened to Adam and Eve. Only death came into them.
That's it.
Right? And they died. They weren't meant to. Adam was meant to be immortal. The scripture tells you that.
Yeah.
Man was meant to be, Adam and his kind were meant to be immortal. Right? But because of sin, that's what brought death in us, man. So when Lord said that you should die, he weren't lying. Satan twisted it, but he weren't lying. They surely did die.
Yeah.
You know? The same way Esau don't do wickedness, and he should be judged today, like gone now, but process in time. That's what's gonna happen to him.
his story was such that he had to rack that tab up, man. He had to rack that
It had to be
tab
great.
up.
Your fall had to be amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna read it quickly.
Yeah,
The
sure,
point you
sure.
were talking. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 14. For he created all things. I'm sorry, from 13. For Most High made not death, neither has he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were earthful, and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth, for righteousness is immortal.
And that's what's gonna happen. Once we're changed and we're perfect and ruling in righteousness, death can't do nothing to us. You know, that's why I said basically Yahushai conquered death. Right? All those that follow after him have conquered death because they become like him, immortal. Right? And that's what we're aspiring to, because we want to be righteous, man. We don't want sin to have rule over us, and because we're sick, we're tired, man. We're sick and tired, literally sick and tired, man. We hate the aches and the pains and the ailments and stuff like that. You don't want to have to deal with all this, but this is a product of sin. Right? And that's, like I said, the law is a way to live without sin if you follow it. Right? So giving that to the other nations is a benefit to them. So even in their own kingdoms, you know, their own little their lands and that, they're gonna live better and receive more blessings of the Lord. Right? Because the Lord does, you know what I mean, the sun shines on everybody, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? The Lord is like, he's merciful. Like he might not be with you like that, but like you know, you get to enjoy what he's made.
The fact that as you said, the fact that we're gonna rule over these heathens in righteousness, especially imagine coming from Esau's world into our world, right? They're gonna be like, hey, you know what? Like, hey, I'm happy now, you know.
There's all this talk about, oh, we're so hateful. We're not so hateful, man. We don't want you to experience nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what the Most High really want. You deserve punishment, and we have an anger for that purpose, for things you've done. You need to be punished, and justice needs to be served, right? But generally speaking, like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep to us. We don't hate you just because you're a heathen. Like, you're not us. We're gonna treat each other, you know, a bit differently. But we don't hate you just like we must exterminate you all. We don't. It's not like that.
We're not like Esau, man. That's like
You know what I mean?
really gotta. Because I think I didn't even really know this part of history. This man just like he had different cities that he was gonna drop the atomic bomb on. Right, he wasn't actually. Well, I was like, he wasn't even supposed to drop it on. Is it Nagasaki? The second one. It was just bad weather, so we're gonna go and do this city instead. That's literally how he killed however hundreds of thousands of people. Right, that's the man that we're dealing with. But
Esau is a natural terror on the earth. He actually takes peace on the earth, right? We're not interested in war like that. Because the only thing we was given was our land. After we done our thing to get the land of Israel, that was it. We weren't on the war thing. People wanted to come beef us, and so we had to show them a thing, innit? But we weren't on the war. We weren't on the conquering the earth like that.
Solomon's reign, 40 years of peace.
As long as you know, in boxes, these times the guys all retired and he's getting
Call
pulled
money
out.
out.
Why
you want that smoke?
Yeah.
You know, and that's all it was. That's not like we didn't have an ambition to conquer all the lands, because the lands belonged to the other nations.
Yeah.
Right? They had their lots, so we had no interest in taking their land. That wasn't what we was on. Esau was on taking everything.
Yeah, let me grab this real quick.
Kind
It says now Habakkuk 2 and 5 says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, is his philosophies. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
right? And that's why you are not safe anywhere you are. You could be in a fucking island in the middle of the fucking Atlantic Ocean somewhere. Who will find you and take your shit?
Hawaii.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the same thing. Right? That is in the middle of nowhere. Like you couldn't even see it on the map without Google. You never
Without
see
Google,
it.
yeah,
You never see it, right? I mean, he found it. He found it anyway, right? And now he running shit out there. He got people acting all mad. Japheth fucked up. Like you're not safe when he's on the earth.
That's it.
Because wherever you can find, he'll take.
Yeah. Because that's why, like, you get them Edomites that'll be like, well, if you don't like it here, then go back to. It's like, look, he's everywhere.
Exactly.
Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? There's no escaping this, man. Like we've just been going into the different policies that are being pushed out globally. Right? It doesn't matter where you are, because the thing is, most people wouldn't know. Like we were going in, most like Brother Shakar was going into, most people wouldn't even know Ghana's set up like that.
Yeah.
They'll just be like, that's just a little third world
But
country.
his influence is always there.
Exactly.
You know, and we always talk about all this corruption and that, but who's bringing the money
Who-
for them?
yeah,
Exactly.
he's the one that
He's
puts
buying
that-
them out.
He's the one that sets those corruption, because the thing is, those countries are minerally rich, right? So that's why Shell can.
Oh, look at what they were doing to try and get them to do these deals, right? To bring in the transgender moves and that kind of stuff. And that. They're buying them out.
Right.
That's bribing them.
Exactly.
You know, so most men cave into that because we're a poor nation.
Exactly.
We need the money. And I mean, not saying their man are legit because they probably spend most money on themselves anyway. But that is the only way money's coming in like that.
That's it.
Right? And so you have to bend the knee to these
guys,
Esau and their madness.
Yeah. And the corrupt leaders then allow corrupt institutions, corrupt Edomite Western institutions to run rampant in their country.
And that's why I read about an unwise ruler, man, because even though you're bringing money in thinking, oh yeah, you're doing something, you're really not helping nobody, man, because you're letting Esau's tentacles get up in your system, man.
Because I always remember it was like Nigeria, in Nigeria, if I remember correctly, Shell destroyed a patch of land the size of Wales, and basically nothing happened. That's why Esau can go to the Congo, right, and just like exploit those cobalt mines, having just straight up slave labor. Nestle apparently been caught several times doing slave labor. That's why your chocolate, it can be cheap,
but at the same time he'll rally up and do the anti-slavery thing.
Exactly.
You know, he's full of shit.
He's full of shit, and once again he wants, it benefits him to have these leaders in so-called Africa corrupt. Same way during you also get these Edomites that will say, but you know, because of slavery, those countries have roads. Because of slavery, they started schools. It's like, no, those things are all for your own benefit. Because if you've got goods, right? The bro Shakar, we can attest as well, right? When you got them shit roads with the potholes and stuff, or no roads at all, do you know how much longer that journey is?
Like, so the motivation behind these things is not because you want to benefit the people. Oh, we built you an airstrip. Yeah, so you can move the shit out of the country.
Exactly.
Why did I need a plane? Why did I need an airport? I'm not going nowhere. Oh, you can go on holiday now. You can go on holiday. You can go wherever you want.
That's it.
No, but you wanted to move your shit out. So, or you know, or the ports, or you have a port built.
Exactly.
You know, Liverpool, all these ports that were built is because of the slave trade and stuff. It's not because you know, we want to benefit the people in the area. That wasn't to do with that. It's because elites wanting to make money.
Yeah.
It's always that.
Yeah.
Because someone has to fund it anyway. It has to come from money in the first place.
Exactly. It says, who enlargeth his desire is back in Habakkuk 2:5. Who enlargeth his desire is hell and is as death.
Right. So everywhere he goes, and this is why you're the border of wickedness. Because everywhere you are, you bring death with you, man, and you thieve. Right, and everybody's sick and tired of it, man. You know, and you're sitting and playing a victim now. How are you the victim in all of this? It's like the bloody Israelis. How are you victims in all of this? Obviously you're the aggressor.
I was going to say, and more nations, right, are starting to call it out and see it. But right now, he's just still got that, you know, that power, and he's got that media, man, that media machine, right, that can tweak it such that, like, once again, you think about it. There was the guy, German Wings, the airline was called at the time. They've now rebranded, I believe, to Eurowings, right? This guy flew a plane into a mountain,
right? That was just a him problem, right? Oh no, mental health, yada yada yada, right? It's not, you know, the T word or anything like that. Have that been anyone else? Have that been anyone else? You see, we told you about these people.
He studied for years just to fly a plane into a mountain.
Exactly. You know, he gets to be an individual by way of his media, the way he'll report on the story. Like, you got to think about it. Like, whenever, like, say, you know, whichever the Muslims, but whenever one of them go and do something, what do? They go out to the community. What do you have to say about this? And what's that making? That's making it an issue. Yeah, it's making it an all of them issue. Whereas, like, no, it's just my man, isn't it?
Yeah. So they're either terrorists or they're dumb.
Yeah, incompetent.
Right? They only got brought in because of the DEI or that kind of stuff. They're not qualified, really. They passed.
Yeah.
They've still passed. Like, what do you
Exactly.
mean? You know?
Exactly.
I say he still wants to put us in a bad light no matter what we do.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
You know? Every time we slip up, he's looking for an excuse. Why we mad? We messed up.
Even the mass shooting that happened in most of in America, when
Yeah.
them Edomite do it, they may say they may associate them with some mental
Mental
illness.
health,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Esau gets to be an individual, and that's
Yeah.
like something afforded to like no one else.
Like Timothy McVeigh. Like, what did he got, man? He's a white dude that blew up something in America, innit?
Let's be real quick.
That was a big thing at the time, man. Yeah, like it's just just a singular right. So he was
Yeah.
frustrated.
Oklahoma City bombing.
There we go. Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
you know, that was a big thing at the time, right? But it's only ever handled as an individual basis.
Yeah.
You know, he sort of makes it paint as a brush as these mad dudes, but you've been living your life mad.
Yeah.
Every nation can attest that you've lived your life mad and caused great harm and damage to people, man. Right? But we're meant to not think about those types of things when stuff happens. This has always been your nature. Right? And when we call it out, man, like, you can't be surprised when people are mad about you. You know?
Yeah.
You holding?
Yeah, okay. Quickly.
Yep.
This is the book of
I've got something else. Oh, no, I've got something.
Obadiah, verse 2, it says what? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art great despised.
Right? Greatly despised. So, should you be shocked?
Exactly.
No, not really.
And a lot of people suffer Esau, right? So it's like they know he's got the power, so he will get a certain treatment. But as all Arkham have experienced, like for instance, maybe in the Elam store or whatever, just like buying something, and Edomite saying the boss man's treating them all nice, but then as soon as he did, it's like both of you are looking at each other the same way, like, yeah, fuck these albums. People suffer Esau, man, which is why like you see certain interactions and stuff like that, but it's just a thing of like, nah, that's, you know, he's the one in charge right now.
Yeah, he's got the respect.
Exactly.
But, you know, in that sense.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to upset him.
Yeah, because they know
But
what
his
happens.
problem.
Yeah,
He's basically the Debo, isn't it?
Yeah.
When he comes around, I'm quiet. When
Yeah,
he leaves,
yeah.
I'm talking again.
He's a problem to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So he got let's say he got the military, he got the police, he got
Yeah,
everything that's in
yeah.
his favor. And anything like, I'm just an immigrant, or I'm just I'm not like you. So I obviously get demonized before anybody else does.
So-
You know, and that's how it's always kind of been, right? You got something?
Pretty simple, yeah,
Go
can't.
on.
It's
Go,
Isaiah 14 and 12, I read from NLT. It says, how you are fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning. You have been thrown down to the earth. You who destroyed the nations of the world.
of the whole world,
Mm.
man.
Mm.
Right, and it once again, as the elder was going into, right, is he will still somehow make it seem like these people must love him. Like he's like you got to think about.
Appreciate
he's-
what I've done.
Yeah, basically.
Crazy.
Like you look at most places on the earth, he has had caused some kind of mass death there. What one way or another. You think about just even the partition of India killed between 2 to 4 million people. That was just from a stroke of a pen. 2 to 4 million people dead, right? Because obviously, like especially the way he cut countries. He was cutting countries in places where it's like, nah, these lot don't get on with that lot.
Yeah.
And then now he's smashing them together, and of course that caused conflict, man. Right?
And then this is the thing, like, as much as we talk about Esau's ability to, like, militarily to create war and destroy people, and that, there's many other ways he does these things, man. You know, and that's why a lot of people in America are gonna perish.
Yeah.
Because of all the policies he's been bringing in and stuff like that, they've had negative effect on people's lives, right? And abortion, things like this, they're all numbers that are attributed to him, that he's been working at this whole time.
That's it.
There's a lot of death because of him.
Yeah.
You know, so he is as death, man, and cannot be satisfied. He
That's
just
right.
continues. He's just a black hole of death.
Yeah.
Even on that point, so you really got to think about it. Like he would go to what was it, I think Ireland at the time when abortion was illegal. He would take a boat, get
Yeah,
women from
bullshit.
Ireland, right, and then
I'll
take
bring them over.
and then take the boat into international waters, perform the abortion, then bring the women back.
He's that desperate to murder Jake and stuff, man. He's just a crazy dude.
Because this is it. He's made it seem like even when you listen to some of the rhetoric around that, he's made that like a women's health thing. But they don't even understand the witchcraft roots of
behind it.
all of that, right? You know, the fact that you know those that's basically like a blood sacrifice. Man.
Basically, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is like it
Yeah.
is.
And even there's companies where they mix certain stem cells and certain foods.
Yeah.
know?
Alchemy. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. With Esau, because he's grown in technology and somewhat wisdom, even though it be on the left hand side. Just because you could do something doesn't mean you should. And this all goes back to the manual that the Lord gave us,
Yeah.
right? To live righteously, because doing all this stuff doesn't end well,
Mm.
which we're all about to witness, and the world is going to witness again, because we already had a flood, and even though we weren't there personally, well, not in this, in our minds, to remember it, it happened, it took place, where mankind was pretty much decimated, destroyed, right? And now we're going to see a similar thing in this time for all this wickedness that's been going on.
That's right.
You think that this was okay to do, but the Most High going to tell you, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Right? With great fire and judgment.
And it says, "For you said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above God's stars." I will
And this is the ambition.
Yeah.
The overall ambition, the desire, the thing that Esau can't get out of his head. That's why he's just dead set on doing this. Right? He wants to put himself up there to dethrone the Heavenly Father as the God of this world. Which is, you think about that, it's madness, right? It's the most crazy idea anyone's ever had. That's why he's the most stupidest though. That's why he says he's the fool. Because even when they built Tower of Babel, they were only thinking of getting around the judgment. They weren't thinking about removing the Most High and becoming the Most High. They just wanted to be, absolve themselves from judgment, basically, to get around it. That's what they were doing. They weren't trying to replace him. Esau wants to get rid of the Most High.
Yeah.
He wants his power to be the power on the earth. Now, no matter what the Most High can do, he can manage it. I got harp, I got all this sort of stuff, I can manage it. I got the minds of the people. They're not with you, they're with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just mad. He's actually
innit?
crazy. I got lasers too. He's actually just gone crazy with power and lust. Right? And this is why he's the main example of.
That's it. And it's going to be beautiful when he starts, which we're starting to see. He coming down with his wrath, right? I mean, recently, what was it? Watching MTR. He based did a video.
Jake.
I just want to say this quickly, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what this is like? Yeah, it's like Esau is on YouTube, right? And he wants like the subscribers, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I've got more subscribers than you. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
he's doing everything to all the subscribers away from the Heavenly Father, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got none. See, I'm the dude of the future. You know, it's like that because he thinks the numbers is the thing. If I can get everybody against you, then you don't exist, kind of thing. Like,
And
fucking,
get-
it's like Santa Claus.
Get
It's stupid.
get everyone chips so that now there's no one to worship, which that's never gonna happen.
It's just stupid.
Yeah,
Sorry, man, I was
true.
thought about
No,
it.
that's right. No, but it was like when we was
Yeah.
looking into how he's starting to really push that button, man. MTI did a vid. He did a vid basically saying 300 in 3 months, 300,000 American black women have lost their jobs. Right, and that's just the beginning. That's just by a simple policy change, right? A lot of those governmental agencies are trimming down. And where does Eve a lot of the time? What jobs will she have? Them a good government job.
And then say, but even that's hidden by an even greater overall theme is that Esau don't want you to have no fucking jobs.
Exactly.
He wants you
Exactly.
desperate. He wants to give you.
Own to have nothing.
You will have nothing.
And then he'll turn around and say, "Oh, we've been neglecting black people. You get it first." Just like they did with the TV. It's like it's the same play. It's just packaged a bit differently.
Yeah.
You know, now it's because of DEI or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But it's the same. The goal is the same with him,
That's it.
right? But you have to know what their goals are.
Mhm.
We're the device of ignorant of his devices, right?
Yeah.
We know what his game is.
Yeah.
We know what he's trying to achieve. So when he does things, it's not like, oh my God, what is he? You know exactly what he's doing.
That's a good point to come because you'll get people that will look at what he's doing and it's like these policies don't make no sense. No, they don't make no sense. that he's trying to make things better, right? He's not trying to make things better. He's trying to squeeze you such that you have nothing. And it doesn't matter whether you're voting left or right, because one of the things as well is like, this, although executed differently, the policies that Trump is performing, right, is doing damage to the economy in such same way that the policies that Labour are doing damage to the economy. The result is the same.
It's like every ruler's been doing the same thing.
Revelation.
Two horses and a man, yeah.
It's like they've all been doing the same thing. No, not one premier, no prime minister or president, not done the same thing.
Oh,
They
right.
brought it down worse and worse.
Right. I mean, why would you want to give power to people? I mean,
Yeah, well, people are stupid. What they call it, a goyim, right? That's what the elites refer
Especially when
to.
people don't fear God, bro. You know what I mean? They're just doing what they want to do.
like remember, like Esau is the man of sin, so
Yep.
he's gonna do wickedness.
Yeah.
He
In
actually,
fact, I had that.
like,
Can I grab that real quick?
that's the scripture says, like Esau's as death.
Yeah,
Starts off with
yeah.
Babylon is his main tool, but is as death. He can't be satisfied.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's why with the chip, he essentially wants your soul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's really what he wants. Because Esau's got a God complex. He wants to be
Right.
like the Most High. He wants to know what you're thinking, how you're thinking, where you're going.
Like Esau is literally the
What you're
manifestation
seeing.
of Satan,
Yeah.
right? Because even like the whole saying Satan make bets, right? It's like a game they play with each other, right? And Satan's looking for that W. He's looking for that W. Like, see, I got you this time. I got you.
Yeah.
But Esau's the one doing it.
Yeah.
He's the one trying to get that win for
Yeah.
Satan. You know, but again, it's just gonna fail again, and Satan's gonna get upset a little bit. You know, what happened this
Yep.
time?
That's it. So Jeremiah
Yeah,
13.
you know what it is. It's like Satan and the Most High have already got a backdoor deal.
Yeah, of
You know
course.
what I mean? It's like on the stage.
But I
it
was
seems
thinking
like
in time,
they're
so you're
fighting.
allowed to go do
Yeah,
these things,
yeah.
isn't it? Can you convince everybody?
Yeah.
Can you convince everybody?
Yeah.
Because you're the great deceiver, right? Can you
Yeah.
convince everybody?
Mm.
Yeah.
And we're gonna find out. Are you gonna
Mhm.
deceive my elect though?
Nah, none
My
shall
man
pluck
Job,
them
like
out. Yeah,
man like Job. No, you
Yeah.
ain't gonna get to him though.
yeah, none shall pluck them out their hands.
Exactly.
Jeremiah 13:23.
Yeah.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin
Yeah.
or the leopard his spots?
And this is what people don't fundamentally understand, man. Like Most High created everything in its purpose, right?
Yeah.
And Esau specifically was made to be the wicked,
Mhm.
right? He was never gonna be nothing different. He has no redemption arc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he ain't gonna turn good. You know, he changed it. Oh, what I did was wrong. I'm gonna change it. But wait, no, that was
Esau
never gonna
can't-
happen.
He ain't gonna repent.
Never.
He still doesn't.
Never.
wanna
He ain't made
repent.
to me. He don't know what that is.
He is just pure Joffrey.
Yeah.
Joffrey never had a good, he never had a bad or whatever. He's just pure Joffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Most High got one thing to do with him, man.
Yeah.
To raise him up for the purpose of destroying him.
That's it.
Yep.
So it says, then may you also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
That's what he's made to do. You know what I mean? Like a prime example. Like there are a lot of people on the planet who are dying of malnutrition and starvation.
We're watching that happen on live stream right now in Palestine.
Like, and then even though obviously it's wickedness, but he could use GMO, HARP, and all these things for good if he wanted to. But he can't because he's the devil. He won't.
Yeah. He's not programmed that way. He's just,
He's not programmed that way.
you know.
It's like you make something like a clock can only be a clock. It's like it can only tell the
Yeah.
time.
That's
It can't become a car.
Right.
It can't drive you somewhere, right?
Yeah.
He is made for a fixed purpose, right? To be an example on the
Yeah.
earth of wickedness.
Yeah.
Tailor made.
So he's never going to be nothing different.
Yeah. Like there's a concept that they've got. It's called soilless farming.
Sorry, soilless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
I know.
basically they like get all the nutrients and stuff that isn't the
Hydroponics.
that's what it's called in soil, but it's in the water. And these things grow like mad big, and because it's got like a
Being pumped with all this.
hyper concentrated nutrients. He could do that in many regions whereby they don't have fertile soil, but have the nutrients to make. But Esau doesn't want to do that.
That's it. When you look at like one of the biggest killers in the world
Yeah.
is purely a lack of clean water.
Yeah.
Right. Stagnant water. All of it. This is a lot of like waterborne disease. So people are drinking contaminated water, and that's like a big killer in the world, right? But really, when you
the same companies like Nestle. You've got
Yeah, yeah.
They're polluting the water that
Exactly.
they operate in.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
these factories and shit.
Oh, what was that country
Microplastics.
in Latin America where it's like they drink more Coca-Cola than
Mexico.
water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say again?
Because of avocado farming.
Yeah, because of avocado farming. Yeah. There's certain places in the world where just the way Esau does everything is just, and that's why Scripture says Esau's death, man.
Yeah.
Right, and also was Isaiah 24:5 about the earth is destroyed under the
And
inhabitants
these
thereof.
nations don't have enough power to,
Yeah, yeah.
to resist them.
Yeah.
Because they're bigger and more powerful. Their GDP is more than the nation that live. You know what I mean?
Maybe not even certain times it's the company that has more power.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Oh
That's what I'm saying. So they can't
Yeah,
resist
yeah.
them. So they set up, because they thought, oh, we're going to enrich the area, so we're going to set up Coca-Cola factory, whatever. They're like, okay, great, because money's going to come in, people are going to get jobs, and sounds good, isn't it? But when they start doing madness, like, what can they do? They can't kick them out because they're dependent now on the money that's coming in.
Look at
You know?
looks like it's got. I was gonna say, look at the term and the origins of the term banana republic, right? And how basically it's funny because Esau likes to throw bananas at Jake, right? But
Esau loves
Esau
bananas.
legit, he legit destabilized Latin American countries for the sake of bananas, right? What was it at Chiquita? You look at the Chiquita sticker, thinking that that's a Latin American company. That's an American company. I believe they renamed. I forget the history fully. You can look it up and confirm. But I believe they renamed the original company into that to make it seem authentic. Right, American something or other, man.
They have got the knowledge to make basically everyone like in perfect health, more or less.
Yeah.
Because it was interesting. Yeah, I actually saw a doctor speaking about it. A doctor that he used to work with, like, he was a vet scientist. Now, like, obviously, people who own farms and have livestock, the farmers need to know what's best in their feed to make sure the cows, the beef, the lamb or whatever is in tip-top shape, right? So they actually studied why cows get diabetes or put on weight or cancers or whatever, right? So they then would learn what nutrients would have to be included into their feed to make them healthy, to stop the cancer, to stop the diabetes. So this that I'm talking about, right? His book is in a Smithsonian. What, like, to even get a copy of it's almost like $50,000, whatever, because that same science they've applied that to actually help people with cancer, to cure cancer, help people with diabetes to cure diabetes, help people that are fat to lose weight. So it's like Esau has the knowledge to engineer it whereby people's food and from birth is just healthy. But guess what? If he has one healthy patient is a lost customer.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And one sick patient is a gained customer.
And when you look at the system that Esau set up, which I'm like, if anyone's got anything is equal 413, right? It's like, because what the whole thing RFK did, we're gonna stop red, whatever it was, but it's like, but you're still gonna allow the chlorinated chicken.
Microplastics.
All the microplastics, and the food is still going to be destroyed and tainted, right? I mean, really, what McDonald's shouldn't be a thing. But you got to think about this. McDonald's and Coca-Cola sponsor major sports events.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. How? Don't make no sense.
It's an oxymoron.
Because they can afford to put the money up to be sponsored.
Exactly.
To have their thing that's showing up. You ain't gonna have bloody, I don't know, local Greg, selling fruit and veg, advertise at the World Cup or something. You're not gonna see that.
Ronaldo got put into a room when you remember when Ronaldo was like, drink water. Now Ronaldo.
Why do you say that?
Stocks went down.
Yeah, it went down. Yeah.
Did you call the market?
Exactly. He's probably the reason why Jota's dead.
Can I grab something quick?
Okay.
It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. So many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. So no matter what position they're in, they've got all the resources and the knowledge to do things, but they're always going to do wickedly. Because that's who they are.
That's it.
They can't. That's their disposition, man.
If you're a devil, why would you do righteousness? I mean, I kind of understand him. You know what I mean?
It's boring.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
A hammer can't be a screwdriver, bro.
yeah, but it stems from his fervent hatred for the Heavenly Father. He just wants to be rebellious.
Yeah.
He wants to be disobedient. He wants to do the opposite of what the Most High wants him for. Not wants him to do, but that's why his righteousness. He hates righteousness, man. He's his brother. You know what I mean? He hates all
Cain
these
and
things.
Abel,
That's it.
Bro,
hate, man.
he could have easily, even though he
Just done the right thing.
he had the knowledge,
Hmm.
like, but even so, he could have been, oh Lord, man,
Like
how
he-
come you didn't accept my sacrifice, man?
Hmm.
Oh Lord, nah, you know, but then you know what he said, I'm gonna kill this.
Yeah, I mean that's an extreme
But-
jump,
that's
bro.
what they-
You won't even give him a chance to.
Yeah,
He fucked up.
Yeah.
But he could have done the right thing afterwards, but he didn't want to.
He
He's
said,
like,
like,
"Fuck
yeah,
this."
remember the Lord said it. If thou doest well,
Yeah.
then- so how about this?
Yeah.
Go do well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's not hard.
It's
I
the
don't do
thing,
that.
He didn't even go to Abel and like rough him up and beat him up. No, he went straight for the kill.
Kill,
like.
man. Crazy.
You know what I mean?
And was nonchalant about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's not-
And he said, what did he say? My brother's keeper.
And this is the man that we're dealing with here. And this is what we. You need to understand that first. That this is the type of character we're dealing with, man. So when he's up in the screen, you know, on the TV, talking about, oh, we're gonna change everything. We're gonna put more money in your pockets than there's ever been ever before.
Gonna be so
You know,
rich.
so rich. Like, don't. He's gonna kill you, man. He's gonna take you out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He ain't looking to embetter you.
Precept.
You know?
This is Hebrews 12, verse 16, NLT. It says, make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau.
Oh, I mean,
Like Esau.
who's the most immoral and godless
Most
people
profane.
on the planet? And at the same coin, they set themselves as the face of the Most High. It's Esau,
At
man.
the same time, trying to replace him.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
like as you know, me and the big bro was walking down, well, you know, past station and that. Bro, there was a she, dyke girl, whatever, legit had a bigger beard than me.
Oh, Lord.
I felt cut, man. but I was like, what's going on out here, man? And that's normal though.
That's
And
You have to accept
I
it.
can't. Hey, has brothers realized recently? Out in the world, there's more transsexuals, man.
Yeah.
Like there's it's like, you know, before you have to go on a rock somewhere and a train station. They'll be just parked on it. You know,
But
now
again,
it's
as the scripture
everywhere,
say,
man.
when the wicked rule transgression
Increases,
increases, right?
He's the
So
fertilizer.
yeah, that's it. He's a catalyst for me. Mad wickedness and evil.
it's like it reminded me of a story, man. One of the brothers base. He was doing his work, right? And it was in a very a posh neighborhood, right? And then there was one of them Decepticons walking, right? And then there was him in the neighborhood, right? But guess who the people, the Edomites in that neighborhood looked at weird? The brother.
The brother.
Wow. These times you have something that should not be living. But then they're gonna look at the brother weird, like what's he doing?
It's so crazy, bro.
It's horrible.
I really good.
And it says, immoral or godless like Esau, who traded his birthright as the firstborn son for a single meal.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah,
NLT, yeah.
He's carnal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Esau had no patience, man.
Mhm.
Now. And guess what?
No
It's in his spirit to not value the Most High. Like the only time Esau wants to try and humble down when it's too late.
Yo,
Remember,
Antiochus.
Antiochus, he's like, look, man, I'm gonna be the friends of the Jews.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
be a
do
Jew.
everything.
be a
I'm gonna do anything. I'm gonna be diligent. I'm gonna do anything you want.
Yeah.
And it was too late. You know, like,
Oh, the hell.
oh, my father, have you got that one blessing
blessing
for
over
me? Or even one at the back,
Yeah.
which really was your curse.
That's it. And it says, you know that afterward, when he wanted his father's blessing, he was rejected.
Yep.
It was too late for repentance.
It was too late.
Esau has been rejected.
Been
It's
rejected.
not something he can resolve.
Yeah.
What's that Timberland song? It's too
late.
late.
Right? He has been rejected. So it's not even a case of it's not a debate for us. Like you
Yeah.
can't want anything because you're not in a position to negotiate.
Mhm.
Trump is like this, right? You're not in a position to negotiate. No, straight up, you're not. Right? Not we, but the Most High holds all the cards, right?
Mhm.
And you've been dealt your lot already.
It's already
That's
done.
changed. You know?
Is he finished or is he done? Like, it's done, man. It's done, bro.
Even though he begged with bitter tears.
Yeah. And now,
Yeah, he can play the role.
yeah, now he's playing the role. But guess what? That's why now he's trying to artificially engineer his birthright.
Oh.
You know what I
And,
mean?
and this is why you push such doctrines like the Lord is all merciful and God is all loving, because you need that mercy. But it's not
Amazing
there
grace.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's not there for you. The most you forget the Lord has mercy upon whom he will have mercy.
mercy.
It's a decision that he ultimately makes,
Exactly.
and he cannot make it.
Yeah, it's because he's gonna give him a mercy killing.
Yeah. But that is the only mercy you can ultimately receive, because after that person leaves, you're gonna want to go anyway. You're gonna want to go, right? And so that is the only mercy you're really gonna receive. Right? That's a blessing in itself, man. That you don't have to suffer any longer, right? But being here on earth and enjoying the earth, no, that's not for you.
It's gonna be slow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thousands
it's gonna
of
be
years
painful,
of
man.
wickedness,
Yeah.
man. It's like
Yeah, and remember, like in the kingdom, we're gonna have the power to like change people's concept of time, like in their head.
oh yeah.
Like,
Well, but that's what he's trying to do
yeah, I mean,
himself.
Yeah.
He's trying to do that. He's
Yeah.
trying to get the you know you remember you talked about earlier on that,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sentence
Oh yeah.
where they put it in your head and Black Mirror showed you that, man.
Yeah. And,
You know?
like, that's scary because you know when you're having fun, time flies, right? When you're in pain,
Right.
Like-
Scripture in what is in times of joy.
read it.
I forget how it's phrased,
13,
isn't it?
Ecclesiasticus
Is it
13.
13?
Yeah. Yeah. Speaks about What's it
I was
called?
gonna say, you know the ones you can't, because I can never remember how
Oh,
that precept's phrased.
in day of prosperity.
Yeah, prosperity.
See, brother, it came back. You know, but that's how it is. And and can we also get the parable, rich man and
Yeah.
Lazarus? You know,
Please cool the
cool the
fire.
tongue. You know,
Yep.
Yeah,
So this is Sirach 7, and oh, in fact, I'm gonna. Yeah, she was.
Yeah. She probably got a big mic.
Yeah.
She's recording
That's
everything.
That's it.
I didn't even see her face. I don't even know how she looked.
Yeah.
Probably that dude from last week.
No,
Just wearing the wig.
As a cover. Quick vocal.
Yeah, probably.
What a
Wearing a
vocals
corset.
minions in there.
They ain't no concept. They won't say that.
Duct tape.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's it. Sirach 7 and 13. Consider the work of the Most High, for who can make that straight, for which he hath made crooked.
And that's Esau.
Yeah.
Like he let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he can't learn righteousness. Esau don't. Here it is. Jake will have mercy.
He had the
for
Bible
me.
in his hand this whole time, you know.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
he don't want to be righteous. Like that's you know what it is. It's like trying to change a hole into a house pipe. Like if there's a hole that there's some holes they want to be holes.
J. Cole said it, man. She don't want to be
They
saved.
don't say, oh really, brother? It's just 3-6 Mafia.
That's
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She
it.
don't want to. You know what I mean? Like there's some holes they don't want. They want to be holes.
But even on that segues an important one, just as as a man, that's something to know. Like you may be dealing with a chick, but for her, like if she's getting that quote unquote wife treatment, she doesn't know how to take it, man. And she'll bug out.
She ain't no princess.
She ain't no princess.
She don't have to be princess to you or nothing like that.
Exactly.
You know, she's lower class.
Lower class. That's it. And you're trying to treat her a certain way, and all you're gonna get is problems because she's not designed to be treated that way. And Esau's the same.
Yeah.
Esau's the same. You get once again that Homelander meme, man, right? Where people like, oh shit, they love me.
They don't give no occasion to Satan, bro. You know what I mean? So like when you playing with Satan, like you're giving opportunity to take abuse, like to take advantage of you, man. You know.
That's it. So it goes on to say, verse 14, Ecclesiastes 7 and 14 says, in the day of what's Ecclesiastes? Okay, I thought it was Sirach. Yeah. So it says, in the day of prosperity, be. That's the wrong one. That's not the one that I want.
Isn't it Ecclesiastes 13?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a Sirach, isn't it? I can't. I just didn't scroll further down. It's Sirach 11. Yeah, that's what I was confused. I was like, that's the wrong one.
My bad, bro.
No, but it was the spirit because we got that other precept which linked up precisely to Jeremiah 13:23. So that's a spirit, right? So it says it's Sirach 11 and 20. Let me see. I'll start from the point. Verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of
So
prosperity.
when you're prospering, that's when the pride comes in. And that's why Esau's on top of the world right now. He thinks nothing can touch him, right? Because he's been prospering, been having things his way,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you forget about all the time when David had you in straits, back then. You forget about all those different types of times, right? Because you're on top right now, right? But the day is coming when you're not gonna be on top anymore, and then you're gonna forget when you was on top. You know.
For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. The affliction of an hour maketh a man forget his pleasure.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. Like
Everything forgotten.
Yeah, like remember, like that's just the spirit. You know what I mean? Of Esau. You know what I mean? Like when you see these movies where like a rich villain is finally catching hell, and he's ready to give everything up. To like try and save his life.
Antiochus.
Yeah.
Which that's
Like-
that's a purpose because
Yeah.
here it is. He did all of that wickedness, and I love the way the scriptures frame it. Now, he who had basically
Yeah,
forget
a four-time thought that he could
Yeah,
reach the stars of heaven,
yeah.
which that
the
shows you
pride.
that's Esau.
yeah.
Shows you because like Antiochus Epiphanes in the Apocrypha, it says he thought he could number the stars.
Yeah, he thought Esau was a god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Epiphanies isn't that
God
God
manifested.
manifest.
Yeah.
You
But the
know?
pride was already there, man. And he had to be brought down to that low level to be humbled,
That's
man.
it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So there's nothing he was going to have to say to redeem him in that point.
That's
Because he
it.
was in him anyway.
Yeah, which shows you Esau. Like especially Esau, man. Esau can't get mercy, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's not
Like,
deserving of it.
Trying to repent.
Well,
Like, he can't
But this is the thing. It's not even about deserving. It's not even about any of those types of things.
Fair.
It just boils down to that was what he's made for, man. It was made for that purpose. You was never going to receive miracles. Because the Most High made you to be hated, right? To make an example out of, because the Most High makes 2 and 2, right? Right.
One vessel unto honor.
Yeah, and he made us to be that vessel of honor. So despite, because we don't deserve it, we don't deserve the kingdom in that sense. But it wasn't even down to that,
Yeah, it's grace.
you know.
You know?
And there's just none for Esau.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's really because the Lord said so. He
That's it.
promised it. That's it.
That's it.
You know? It's not of works. It says that in Romans 9 that the
That's
children have not yet done any good or evil.
Yeah.
That the purpose according to the election of the Lord might stand.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It says, the affliction of an hour maketh a man forget his pleasure.
So you imagine them man, because the Americans they be doing that, man. When they catch man from wherever in it, and they hold them up and they torture them for how many days or whatever. That 1 hour seems like an eternity, man. Under that pressure, under that strain, under the pain.
Yeah. Well-
Right? You ain't thinking about you don't care what happened before that hour because you just don't.
Yeah,
All you can focus on is this pain.
yeah. Well, Libya, man, when
Mm-hmm.
Gaddafi got taken down, you see him in that tunnel, man.
Yeah, he
With,
was
with his golden gun on the side. Like he was cooked. You could see it. You could see the terror in his eyes.
He didn't have no time to reminisce.
Yeah, bro.
There was no time to
There was
reminisce,
nothing.
man.
And I bet you of all the
The garment he
banquets,
got on, the
banquets,
gold he had on, he ain't
yeah,
nothing to him, man.
it'd be nothing to it, bro. Right, think about that. That luxury he had and everything he had to resort to being in a pipe. It drained, like
Yeah, a rat. It's stuck in a hole.
drained.
They got sodomized and all kinds of
So,
shit.
yeah,
man. It's like,
they
what is it?
fucking violate that guy.
Yeah, man.
They actually,
That
I
was
heard
horrible.
they actually impaled him for a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
They
So
really
all that
violated
didn't mean nothing to him at that moment in time because his life was at stake. He's suffering.
shit, man. He should he should have blew himself.
Yeah, yeah.
took himself out.
No, this is the thing because you start thinking like, oh, if I was even in this position, this wouldn't be happening to me right now. Like he might as well not become the king of Libya or whatever, man. He might as well just been the potter
Yeah.
or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, at least he wouldn't have ended up like that. You know, it's mad.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Esau's been on top so long. He thought he's gonna become a god,
Well,
right? And he's gonna get
Yeah.
violated.
Yeah. Which Psalms to bind their kings with chains.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No was a
Get violated,
fighter,
man.
You know what I was mentioning about that Matt Walsh guy, man, right?
Yeah, be
Because
proud.
but the
proud.
statement he made
Proud
was
of that.
a statement that was basically saying no one's gonna take us down. Because
Yep.
if you thought in the back of your mind,
Who shall bring it to
Yeah,
the blood?
exactly.
if you thought in the back of your mind that anyone could take, you wouldn't make that statement of well, if someone takes it, they can keep it. That means he thinks no one can take it.
It back.
But you gotta look,
But
man.
this is the thing. This is what these Christians don't understand shit because these kids didn't rise up and go down because of men.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because you were mighty.
Yeah,
It's the Most High that set up and bring and take it down these nations, man. So there is always going to be a power that can take you down. Always going to be a power. You might not respect these other nations, but like, hey, the Most High can make it happen.
Yeah. But once again, you imagine just being in you know, in the palaces when, oh yeah, Alexander, that little
Yeah,
Greek
exactly.
boy,
Yeah.
just
That's what I'm
trying to
saying.
fight.
That young lad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, we got a line of Persian kings,
Exactly.
Xerxes and them, man, the
Yeah,
bare gold and bare immortals.
Exactly. Yeah,
bare immortals.
They
and
would,
shit.
they would have started listing heritage.
Yeah.
This son from here
And
and
his
here, my
whippersnapper-
father's done this.
And his whippersnapper's gonna come and
Exactly.
try and roll on us. Don't be
Exactly.
silly.
Like his father could not take us down. How
Yeah.
will he?
But the Most High made it happen.
That's it.
Because it's not about men at the end of the day. So that pride is just showing you that you believe in yourselves. You're not a godly nation, not even the slightest. You know?
Oh yeah.
Because even Israel got puffed up because of their
Yeah.
prowess. But the prowess really came from the Heavenly Father, man. You know?
Precept.
Go on.
Psalm 75 verse 5, NLT, it says, don't raise your fists in defiance at the heavens or speak with such arrogance.
Why? Because the Most High is running the show. You're not in control of nothing.
For no one on earth from the east or west, or even from the wilderness, should raise a defiant fist. It is God alone who judges, decides who will rise and who will fall.
There we go. Right? And that's something that people don't consider. But we know that to be true. That's why we're not worried about us as a people or how strong we are, how weak we are, or whatever. Because none of that's going to matter at the end of the day. The Most High is going to bring you down and we're going to be elevated. And the Most High wants it to happen. You know? We ain't going to worry about combating you face to face. You know? That's not what we need to do. Come on.
Go back again to the book of Obadiah, 1:3 says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
It's like it's like Esau thinks like it's only him that's you know, and no other rulership can do better than him.
Yeah.
You know, that's why-
You're the most advanced.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
not going to take that way. You're the most advanced. And you,
Yeah.
you know, if you went back for like a face-off between the other nations, you'd smoke them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You would.
But like life is like the final form of earth is the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's it.
No,
It's a higher level.
that's us final
Yeah.
destination.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it's
Yeah.
Israel.
The Most High set up something greater than you.
Yeah.
In the spirit, you
Yeah.
set it up already. So even though you was destined to overtake these other nations that came before you, these other empires, well, guess what? The children of Israel were meant to overtake you.
Yeah. The thing is, Esau, with all of his technology, once again, was just leading him down to this path.
Yep.
Right? Because he needed the MOTB. He needed to get the understanding of how to build neural networks and to,
Mhm.
you know, build rockets travel before these nukes for the sake of these nukes, right? To fly, right? The Lord needed to give him that understanding because this what you call it in Isaiah 10, right? It says, which I've got it real quick actually, I'll just read it. Shaq's gonna say read it, so I'll read it. Isaiah 10:13, for he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I've removed the bounds of the people, and I've robbed their treasures, and I've put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. Right? So Esau has this idea, this thinking that he's done it himself.
Yeah.
So, no. The Lord gave you the understanding, right?
Yeah.
For this last.
Yeah. Remember the Lord said, I've created the Smith.
Mhm.
Like, even though it played out where the scientists, because a lot of them scientists, you know, were having visions and shit,
Mhm.
dreams.
Inspiration.
Yeah,
that's
the Lord,
inspiration,
yeah.
which means to breathe in, you know? So it's
And that's what I mean. And that was part of your blessing to be proficient with the sword, right?
That's it.
And so it had to come about somehow.
Yeah.
Because you man were fucking losing before.
Yeah.
You know, you go into Gad and getting murked up. So you have to get the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So the most I had the vision and that come to these men to design and create these things so you could win. Because you're weak.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, you're really just weak.
Inferior.
You rely on your technology to be strong.
Remember, what was that one?
That's why you want to fucking create super soldiers and shit.
Yeah,
Because you're really not really that tough.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what was it? I forgot what it was in one of those Avengers, man. And then the guy, I forget which one it was, one of the ones that actually have power, goes up to Iron Man and just says, bro, without this suit, what are you, bro?
Yeah.
You know? And that's Esau. It's like, without all of these things, what are you?
Mm.
You know? Nothing.
You're just He'll say, I'm just a smart man. You know,
Oh, yeah, that's what
millionaire playboy.
yeah, millionaire playboy philanthropist.
But that's all
Yeah.
good, but you're still mortal.
That's it.
You know, even Hulk can tell you puny God, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, I tell you puny God. You know? Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yep.
That goes on to say, though thou exalt thyself at the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars,
And everything you do is symbolic, prophetic, right? That's why you have your emblems, your signs, as the eagle and stuff like this, right? That's why you went up into, the atmospheres of Earth, to put your nest among the stars, right? These are all things you're supposed to do. But you're so full of yourself, man. You don't even feel like you're leading yourself down this crazy road that you're going down. You think you're gonna somehow subvert it,
among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord.
That's right.
right? As I said, ever since what was it, the late '60s with the space
Yeah.
program and stuff, right? That's when you went up there, right? And it's been bad news for you ever since. You man, I fucking broke the golden era of America was done.
Yeah.
Because you wasted all that fucking money in the space program. But it's just prophecy.
Yeah.
That was meant to happen. The truth came out,
That's
and that's what really started bringing it downfall, man. It's prophetic.
Because I was to say even on that, because what is it? It says, though they set their nests among the stars, from thence will I bring them down, right? And they got dig into hell, from thence will I pick them up. So they had to get certain things for the sake of prophecy, man. Right? Not because you're so smart. And that's one of the things, beautiful things is, when the Lord starts opening up your eyes and you start really looking at this man for what he is, you're like, bro, this man's just a piece of shit, man.
He hides behind his money and his wealth, man. But it's his blessing on me to do violence with it.
Yeah.
Without it, there's nothing really. Like, you look at these elites, man. What are they really? They're not really on anything like that. You ain't gonna see them, choking man out on the UFC or something. You know what I mean? It's never gonna happen.
Well, do you remember that boxing match with fucking Elon Musk? Remember?
I don't actually.
Remember he was built like a toothpaste.
Oh, what? When he was trying to fight Zuckerberg or something?
Yeah.
They wanted to be.
Yeah, and then it was like
That's a
you
madness.
just see him in training.
Yeah.
That nigga, you say like squeeze toothpaste.
Yeah, it was like an MMA fight. They were, but it's like
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Zuck actually he's been training.
Yeah.
That's karate or something.
Yeah.
Fucking Elon.
When you're a billionaire, you've got time, innit?
But it's fragile as a toothpick. That's the issue, isn't it? There's mighty animals of Jake out there. You know what I mean?
And we'll
They
just
Garnu-
get Jake on
they
the
Garnu
street.
them, you know what I mean? He ain't gonna do nothing.
Get Jake on the street,
know?
man.
Yeah, exactly.
Certain times,
Bear and Garnu.
Horrible.
Or Kimbo slices.
Yeah, man.
The impregnable chin. Well, until he got older, he went to UFC. But yeah, that was a legendary video when I was that back in the day, man. Then backyard fights, crazy. Anyway, yeah, Esau ain't gonna do all that. That's why he's not gonna do well in slavery either. That's why you have to keep reading, replenish your numbers.
That's right.
Yeah, go on now.
It's 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then he answered high and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
Yeah, man. Like, because the end of the day, something that we always say, like, everything was shaped around Jacob, man. Jacob and Esau, man. Everything was like all of the other nations, the characters that played a part in history. It all goes
build
back.
up this.
It's all to build up this, man. Because again, the final form of Earth is the righteous seed ruling above the other nations.
Yep.
Like that's actually what's gonna happen. Because this wickedness can't endure. Remember, like, the powers, like, remember they said, like, be fruitful, the Lord, be fruitful, multiply, go replenish the earth. Earth was made to be a paradise, man. But it's not being utilized right. You know what I mean? Like now,
how can it be like, with the condition that the earth's in, that we can't really live in this world?
yeah, man.
It's, this world is really trying to reject us because he's
Because
sucking
of
his face
Esau,
dry.
bro. Like there's so many structural. It's sort of like you know, if you have a home or a house that's got many structural problems, they got to start again.
Yeah.
Mold, it's like mold, asbestos,
Oh, God.
like everything just is
Yeah,
cooked.
it's cooked. Yeah,
They
'cause-
just got to start again.
yeah, because in our law, if a building has
Yeah.
has mold, after some point, there's no, nowadays you gotta go
Cover
D, a
You actually have to-
B&Q,
yeah,
Mold-
buy
mold
the
mold, yeah, yeah,
But in the law,
Yeah.
if it's stricken in mold, you gotta tear it all down.
yeah, man.
Because mold's like rust, man.
Bro,
It's there, innit?
Trust
It's
me,
there.
man.
You can like clean the surface, but it's like
Yeah,
it's there, innit?
it's certain-
Same resource.
and certain brothers' quiz, man, I'm always complaining. Because me, I'm sensitive to mold. I can smell it straight away. So I'm like, man,
Mold is deadly.
you know, keep cursing the brother out, man. but that just shows you Esau's like kingdom, man.
That's it. And the thing, because in Esau's case, there's nothing you can really do about it. Nothing you can do about it.
Until it's changed over.
Exactly.
Esau is the mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Esau's the mold.
He's the plague.
Yeah, he's border of wickedness.
Because even if you own the house, even if it's yours, right? You still gotta go to Esau for permission to tear it down and build it back
Hey,
up.
and guess what? Let's say in your garden, you dig in your garden, you find a bag of like Roman pennies, and you want to go and cash it. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
The family that originally owned the land, and like
That's crazy.
yeah. There's how many times like even in France, like I believe it was a person that owned like a DuPont or something, but it was like a lower level DuPont. Like at the bottom of his thing, he just found streaks of gold in it, and then they mined it. Like they started to excavate and found like loads of tons of gold, and then there was like, well, in French law, if you find gold, it goes to the state, and it's like.
Wow.
It was cut. It's like, you know what he should
That's
have
a
done?
DuPont.
Yeah, basically like a low, like
Yeah, that's
low
how
level.
much. Yo,
It was
because
basically like a surname, but
yeah, because the
like-
real DuPont's gonna be like,
yeah,
Macron. You,
I own France.
you would put a hand on the shoulder. But I'm president, and this gives you power over me. Oh, man.
yeah. It says basically it says Michel DuPont, a farmer, this discovers 4 billion worth of gold on his private land.
No wonder it's because that number is
Yeah,
too big.
it says
bro.
it
Couldn't let
says
him have that.
150 tons of gold found in French field.
See, the question is, yeah, I don't know what actually happened with that money after, right?
Yeah.
That's what I told you, but
Yeah, but I would've
like,
kept
did that
some.
money, if we went back to the government, did it go to the people? Because they obviously they got healthcare that he's paying for.
Wow.
Oh, I bet it didn't.
Bro,
It's some
he-
shady activity.
he actually didn't get shit,
That's mad.
and it wasn't legal for him to excavate on his own land. And because how he found it, like his stream, and he just started seeing sparkles. And then he started looking. He's like, "Oh shit, hold on." And then this,
My man had a stream, you know.
yeah, shit.
My man had
yeah.
a stream in his
And
fucking
he just
yard.
found loads of gold, and then the French government said, "Well, in France, anytime you find it goes to the state. 4 billion worth, bro. This dude
See,
should
that's why you don't
and
say
just-
shit.
cube by cube over years, like
Yeah. But he wanted that instant richness.
yeah.
You know.
Cool.
Oh, just pay your bills, make sure your bills.
But it's like Esau goes around like he owns Esau goes around like he owns everything, man. But this shit, these lands don't belong to you, man. If we want to get technical, you know what I mean? You might be in charge of it, but like, it's like you're saying he's not in charge of it.
Yep.
You're not in charge of it. These lands don't belong to you. Your fucking lands Edom. Go dig for gold there, that dry ass place, man. Go dig for gold over there, man. You know?
Yeah. It says farmer finds billions of dollars in gold in his garden that goes straight to the estate. Everything underground is his property.
Wow.
Because that's like saying, oh, you own this square meter of land or whatever. But how much of the land is yours?
Yeah.
How does it go deep or does it go high?
Yeah.
What space do you actually own?
It says this. However, DuPont's joy was short-lived as the government soon informed him that everything.
do these things, isn't it?
Yeah, it says that everything found beneath his garden legally belongs to the state. The discovery occurred while DuPont was walking along the stream on his farm and noticed a strange shimmer in the water, and he dug into the soil and found several fragments of gold. So even in this kingdom, you can own your land in East or West Nile world, especially find gold, and they can say you own what's above ground.
That's wicked.
What's underground is not yours.
So if you got on that premise, if you got a basement, is it your basement or is it? Because that's the thing. That which just goes to show you that this man's a devil. Man.
That's fucked up.
But even the scripture speaks about what's it? It speaks about him not having love for his own. Who will he do good to? Basically,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
If he's willing to do worse to his own people, right?
Yeah,
Then
shit, man.
anything he'll do to everybody else.
This dude's got a DuPont surname.
Yeah, it's like, I don't give a fuck.
To be
You're
fair,
low level.
he's probably have to pay for the sins of the microplastics.
yeah. Fairness. And Micah 2 says this, verse 2 says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, right? Because if you let's say you're like a proper independent man, you got like your like you're Abraham, you got servants, you got man soldiers, and that you want to protect your land because it's your shit, right? And that man's you have to fight. And he would go with violence. Esau would come with violence to take your shit. But because we're all like neutered, we don't have the ability to resist government and all these different things. They just come and take it, or they'll catch you up with some legal shit and put you in prison. You know what I mean? But if you're like an established person, you'd have your own ability to fight and resist these foreign powers or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, because I was gonna say even like now, let's say you whatever. I mean, they change the money so regularly, but like let's say you just walk past a suitcase of however many grand, but you can't just take that to the bank. They're not gonna allow you to just take that to the bank. They're gonna be like, well, where did you get this money from? They're gonna sit you down. You know, is this a criminal enterprise? This, that, and the other. You know, because that's actually one of the things that they changed this year. I think they're bringing it in about how private individuals. I know Barclays has enforced it, but private individuals aren't able to deposit more than X amount a year. Right? Barclays limit is 20 grand. Right, but that's a directive coming from the FS. Whatever one of the financial conduct authority, maybe. But yeah, it just goes to show you that really you can't really do anything around this man's proof.
And this is what you spin this down globally, right? Because if you find something globally, Esau's interested, right? And he'll find somewhere to come and take, because you can't necessarily mine it. Because these four nations don't have the ability to kind of mine all this stuff, right? So he'll come along. Oh, you found, whatever ore. Or whatever the case may be, or you put cobalt. Oh yeah, no, we're interested in minerals. Yeah, we'll take that, or we'll pay you for this and that. But if you resist, best believe there's problems.
Yeah.
Where Esau can't take by force, or can't take easily by force, because this is what he depends on, the fact that you can't put up much resistance, right? He'll come and take it by force, right? And what he can't do by that, he'll do by legalities and sanctions, and that's why he doesn't. That's why he doesn't run up into Russia.
Yeah.
He ain't just gonna roll into Russia and just do what he wants to do in Russia, because he got bombs and proper military.
Fight back.
Yeah. Right, so but he'll put sanctions on them and fuck them up that way, and freeze accounts and take their money out of the accounts. That's what they'll do then, right? But so it really, it's Esau that makes you need to be to have a defense for yourself, man, because he's a predator.
Yeah, and but then again, if you start getting defense, the man will sanction you that way.
Here's what I mean. He's just bigger and badder at doing everything. He's just bigger and badder at doing everything, man. Unless you're a nation that size like Russia or something, like he's got the power to take what he wants.
Yep.
And this is why might is right in his eyes.
Yeah. How is the hammer of the old earth cut asunder?
Yeah.
I've got that precept you quoted upon. It says Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Right, that's meant to be one of his boys or whatever. You know what I mean? But he's like, I don't give a damn.
Right.
We gotta use
man,
this.
I'm a DuPont, man.
I'm gonna use this. Now you got so much money. We'll take this.
Halves it at least, man.
You could have given him 100 mil. On the level, like, come on, Esau.
Like they make you pay tax, but they don't want to pay no tax or something. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's free money they never had, and they would have never got.
Bro, he was
They would have never got it.
he was willing his right to just
Crash out.
No, but you could. Bro, if that was like a regular man just like sleeping in bed, just thinking, "Fuck, I could be a billionaire. I could be a Monaco right now." Like,
You were suicide watch.
Exactly. Yo, Esau's the devil.
You know, you got man join Al Qaeda. This man's stressed out. Bro. Like, no, fuck America, fucking France.
You'll be thinking back to Bastille Day, man.
Yeah.
Yep,
man.
it says, he shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Yeah.
Yep, it says, I'll read some more of it. It says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
Yeah. That's the story eventually. I mean, Esau.
That's why he ain't nothing but a damn lie. That's why we don't trust him.
Yeah.
Never trust our enemy. We always bring that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you still
Yeah.
want to, not knowing the nature of Esau.
Yeah. Eventually, you know with this chip, the mark of the beast, like all of the stages of fluff, of like, just save people, people paralyzed. He gonna show you, look, you're in slavery now. That's it. Can't do nothing. Chat shit. I'll turn it off. That's it. So you gotta obey these rules.
Yeah, because Esau get all fucking white supremacists on you. Or you don't appreciate what we do. You know what I mean? You don't appreciate what we're giving you. Well, you don't deserve it then.
Yeah.
We'll kick you out. Put you to death or whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful when Esau fully starts showing his. When I said it's starting, mention 300,000 thieves lost their job in like 3 months. So that's a lot, 100,000 every month. And it's only gonna get worse, man. And that's just the least of your problem, because as has been said so many times, he needs. Right now, you get certain people that are like, nah, I ain't really on the MOTB, right? But he's gonna
because the
create.
pressure's not enough yet.
Exactly.
That's what he's doing. He's building pressure.
Yep. He's gonna do something, right? He's gonna bring about almighty chaos so that people are begging for it. Same way, like I always think about it here in the UK, which it was light work even, right? I remember before they brought out the jab, right? A lot of people, I'll never take it. Oh, so many people, right? I'll never take it. Then they locked us down for 6 months, right? You remember that? Was it 2021 from like January through like April, May? Would you call it? It was in lockdown, if you will. By the end of that 6 months, no, rather by like March, for all of the people that were like, I'd never take it. As soon as the government said, if you want to go on holiday, you have to have it, bro. Everyone's, yo, man, I got to go on holiday.
I've been stuck inside too long.
Yeah.
Can't handle it, man.
And that was a light trauma that they had to go
Fucking
through.
hell, man.
You know?
Like brothers, we didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like we're not trying to live this crazy life anyway.
That's
Like
it.
you know what I mean? Us being indoors ain't nothing new.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know, we go to work, we come back home. That's pretty much our lives, isn't it? You know, so it wasn't stressing us out like that. It was just annoying, if anything else. Just annoying, but it ain't enough to break brothers like, oh yeah, but I'll go on a plane somewhere. I was like, I couldn't believe how weak man were minded these people were just because they want to go on holiday. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Overflew.
Bro,
You
like,
wanna take this thing?
Like the people did it so quick too.
Yeah, it was quick.
But they just,
And when you spoke to them, that was their excuse.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
And guess what? The place you took a flight to, you have to wear a mask there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Stay in quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it goes to show you what Esau does is he experiments with these different nations. Because in the States, they didn't really have that rule. No, in fact, they didn't have that as a prerequisite at all. However, they said if you want to keep your job, right, you have to have it, right? And the reason why that was important over there was your healthcare is tied to your job, right? Was a pension and stuff like that. So it's like, as soon as you lose your job, you're actually losing a lot.
And for a brief stint, for some people, not taking it was like a little element of gross misconduct.
Yeah, causing death on
Because
others.
you're
Like,
putting
yeah.
other people in danger. Like some Jake I used to work with, some Nigerian Jake, simple as hell. Dude did the test, didn't it? And it came back positive.
Yeah.
But he said, man, I don't feel nothing. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
He came to work. He was around the work environment. And then he's like, yeah, I tested this morning, didn't it? He said I got it, but I'm all right.
Man got vexed. Everyone was like, what
Sacked to the spot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which now, when I think about legally, because they changed the laws on it, he could probably get like to take them to court for unfair dismissal. It was 5 years ago now. But he just got sacked to the spot, man.
Because you're endangering everybody else.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, that's what they're calling you. They're calling you murderers, you know.
Yeah.
They're going wild with it.
Yeah,
They're going
they were
wild with it,
going
man.
in.
And it was a big pressure at the time.
Yeah. But that was as we said, that was just a trial run, man.
But Esau's always conducting social experiments, man. And that's what all these think tanks are for.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they have all these, like, the WF
Social
enforce
media,
these different things. Like, they're a big organization that kind of not dictate, not yet anyway, but like advice to the world what they should be doing in these situations, right? So they're the ones obviously conducting these ones enforcing these experiments, right, on a global scale to have you act and behave certain ways. You know what I mean? Because then they get the data. Everything's data these days, right? We went earlier. Everything's data. They're getting the feedback and what how these people are acting and whatever, and so they're ready for the next one, and now that's gonna shape and all that stuff. Yes, like
Yeah, this is the book of Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by law?
Yeah.
the decrees and righteous decrees, right? All these things that they're doing and putting in these things in place is for the future ultimately. Not they had the impact at the time, but they're really gonna have the impact further on down the line. You know,
especially like it look like the big beautiful deal, right? All of that, oh yeah, wow, it sounds great.
But there's so much bills that they pass you don't hear nothing about. But they have this reason, because why would they pass a bill that has no purpose?
And it's funny as well because what did Sleepy Joe? His one was Build Back Better, right? And the thing is, when you look at the B, it looks like a 6. So 666, Build Back Better, big beautiful bill. Like these things, you may be like, oh look, this is the energy that these guys work with.
I keep meaning to put that in like a geometry or something, like see what it says. You know, because they stick with that type of shit, man. You think, oh, they just named it something.
Yeah.
No, they named it specifically in a particular type of way. You know, because it means hidden messages. You know,
Big beautiful. When I'll be honest, I've never heard like a law with this that's as beautiful. It's like,
big beautiful.
Like what we doing right now?
Like,
from Esau.
You made sure the alliteration was there.
Exactly.
And you made some dumbass words to make it sound how it sounded. Like, but who's buying it? Like, who's really believing in that bill? There's a lot of bees there. Who's believing in that bill? And but people are enamored by Trump. People that support Trump will back him. Unless Alex Jones, maybe he's feeling a bit down the dumps right now.
Alex Jones is a great actor, man.
Bro,
He's a great actor, bro.
He's gonna get it, bro. I don't know. He's been doing it for so long now. You know what I mean? And you think he really thought he was about people. Like against the globalists, but he's supposed to globalist. Yeah, he's supposed to globalist. You know,
he's an important board.
All the stuff he's brought out in the past, like doesn't matter anymore because he's supporting Trump, and Trump's gonna do it for him anyway.
I just know every time he does these speeches and the camera cuts, he laughs, he smokes a cigarette.
It's like Piers Morgan when you watch V for Vendetta, right?
That character,
that character is Piers, man. You know, you like I said, you just see him back in his yard, whistling, going for a shower.
It's just a show. It's a fucking show. The whole thing's a show, man.
It's like you remember him going back and forth with Tate. Like, this is a movie, man. Crazy.
Was there anything else? We're gonna wrap up. Otherwise,
I've got a last scripture.
Go on.
It says James 5 from the top. Subheading is warning to the rich. Reading NLT, it says, "Look here, you rich people. Weep and groan with anguish because of all the terrible troubles ahead of you. Your wealth is rotting away. Your fine clothes are moth-eaten rags. Your gold and silver have become worthless. The very wealth you were counting on will eat away your flesh like fire. This treasure you have accumulated will stand as evidence against you in the day of judgment."
Because all this is blood money and assets, and it's a corruption that is now a curse. Right, because of how you've gotten it. So it continuously testifies against you. Because you shouldn't have it.
By the sword shall I live, man. So it's like all of the evilness, like all of the because the scripture speaks about how there's nothing more wicked than a covetous man. That to get the wealth, he sells the soul. And with Esau, we've not actually pulled back that like scene behind the wall of everything he's doing. Spiritually, the Lord has it where we see it in the spirit. But it's like the Lord ultimately knows the sum of wickedness.
Like, if I could say real quick, I was reading something on the train. It was like an article by the AP, and it was basically about this village in Ireland somewhere, where basically like in the 1970s, basically like two boys were being chased off of like an orchard,
and they like jumped over a fence. And they landed, and I was like, "What's that sound?" So they lifted up the thing. Right. Long story short, it was like a cistern, right, that had like 800 babies in there, dead. And that was an island. It was one is in them because basically back then, like if a woman had a child out of wedlock, as they call it, right, she was ostracized and they'd be sent to these mother children homes, right? And like for them to have like 800 children basically just dead up, buried, young children buried up in the cistern tank, the one underground where it's like shit will go in that, right? It just makes you think like what was happening to them children, man.
There's so much secrets on this earth that are yet to be revealed, man.
Yeah.
So much atrocities that you just didn't know happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Slugs, what I was going to say as well. Esau preys on a preys preys on people that are in tough situations, man. Right, vulnerable, because let's be real. It's like as soon as them children were in them institutions, right, or the woman, because they then take the children away from the mothers after a while, right? So then at that point, them children are lost in the system.
Well, recently it was just announced this week, or one of the gay couples, or one of them is a known child sex offender, and he got given a newborn baby. So you see the video of him kissing the child. I'm like, bro, they've probably done a lot already.
Yeah, this place got to go,
I
man.
actually got one last one. This is Ezekiel 24:6. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, and whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece, and let it not fall upon it. So that's that bloody city that has that scum, man. That's Babylon, man. But Esau in general, right? Because he got the rulership, bro. It's scummy, Jake. It's scummy, man. Like this kingdom is scummy, bro. Like, bro, like even again, even just the food alone will make you run routes. How much more these, child systems, bro? Like, bro, especially as brothers who have children, even brothers who have children, but brothers who have children in their lives, or nephews, nieces, bro. There are systems on the planet where many children just lost. Like there are children who just gone, and you can't get them. They're just gone. Like there are a lot of children who and young adults that you see on streets with mental health issues because they were once children that was lost, like off the grid.
Yeah.
But if you chip them, you never lose them again.
I
just probably
but
that's one of those arguments. But these same people, these same people are supposed to be protecting these children from being lost or being made prey on predators and stuff like that. They're the same ones working it.
It's hopeless, bro.
Because there's no better position to be in than to control the flow of children. If you're supposed to be social services, right?
Yeah.
If you're like you're a predator, right? Where's the best place to work?
Exactly.
Where's the best place to be around?
Yeah.
So, because you like some righteous dude trying to protect children, but no, you want access to them, right? And you got man up at the top in these different organizations using these kids for fucking rituals and shit.
Rituals, bro.
Sabu,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the head of all these organizations isn't an elitist or an Edomite or a witch at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mason or whatever you want to call them. They're at the top of these organizations. So what you think is a good organization, really, it only isn't.
Yeah, because it's like it's like sometimes the best way to hide is in plain sight. It's like a person can be like an offender, but he's doing many charitable works. He
cover up.
He's got like a child in his room because he's so great. He takes care of children. People don't suspect anything.
Exactly.
Which is why we need a new heaven and a new earth where angels righteous.
But this is the thing: the wicked sit in higher places, man.
Yeah.
So anyone that's running something, man, the best believe there's wickedness going on.
That's it, man. There's finally gonna be a time. Obviously, Esau, the other nations, gonna serve their time. Esau, after a period of time, is gonna be exterminated. But in the kingdom, you ain't gonna be hearing anything about child abuse. The only abuse is Edomite child, That's but I'm saying in terms of like through you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you hear that it was Hamite has touched a child, he's getting taken out.
That's
If you know what I mean? Like
Expeditiously.
expeditiously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter if it's a matter between two heathens. No, judgment's gonna take straight. Bro, here children get abused, and the nigga gets less time than a nigga that planted weed, like you know what I mean?
And these children survive as well. They're just not being demons.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Look,
being demons,
we
like
don't want that.
Someone else.
We don't want that.
and it's fucked. They can compromise, but it's like there's an element of sympathy, but as well as we just need a reset. Because then now, like, not saying that you sympathize with those that then go and commit those actions, but what I mean by that is like they're broken from the get-go. So they just need a reset. This world needs a reset, man.
Second Ezra 8, and I'm starting from 50. For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah. Many great miseries, man. Judgment is needed on this world, man.
That's right.
You know, and it's like because this earth is filled with wickedness, man. That's why it's important for us to appreciate this faith, appreciate this truth, man. Because this is how you get start the process of being cleansed. Because guess what? Many of us brothers and sisters come from different backgrounds, man. You know, and in life sometimes like the Lord might have it like in your journey, like in your childhood, where unfortunately that's part of your journey. So there's like brothers and sisters that come from backgrounds where things happen. You might be around demons in kindergarten, whatever it is. Unfortunately, you may be touched. Even it speaks about that in Romans. Such was some of you, which that like what's it called encapsulates everything, many elements. But the beauty of the faith is that
because we're all looking to be made whole.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But the beauty of the faith is that we have to understand, and the scripture speaks about being
A new creature.
being a new creature. So even brothers and sisters that may have gone through stuff like that, in the faith, it gives you a sense of closure. You know what I mean? Like hope that better times are coming, and you know what? That happened once in my childhood, whatever it is. But now I'm a new creature.
It's not going to define.
But there's people in this world that has been through that, and they have to live with that demon every day.
They live it every day,
And they haven't got no way out.
They ain't got no way out.
No
They've
way
got
to
drugs,
exercise,
suicide.
But they're still back here.
no way to exercise them demons, man.
That's it.
Which that that whole situation with that freak man, the head of the Sakari, that was also just, it was kind of beautiful that kind of came up, because it's like, if anybody that has been through that's like, bro, like, don't let the demons overtake you. Like, seek the counsel, right? Because hey, it's fuck, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because Jake say it as just a cool buzzword, but Jake needs therapy, man. And that therapy starts with the scriptures.
That's
man.
it.
And
Like, here it is, you got Akim in the camp, but you're going to Egypt,
But acting proud.
Exactly.
I'm the high chief priest. Fuck off.
Because I can guarantee you that Edomite did not say to stop doing that, man. If you're into it, people have their kinks.
Most of them they listen to you, isn't it?
Yes. Like this, bro. Like this truth gives you some answers.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's like even just the understanding of the curses, or even understanding that these bodies are going to be changed. Like that gives you that element of that gives you understanding, man. The hope. That, you know what, man? Everything I've been through in this body, bro, he's going to be made right. He's going to be made right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's the same way when Joe was suffering for all those things, it was made right at the end. So we have to endure these things, and the walks that we've got to walk through. But we know when the Lord comes, everything's gonna be made right. And we ain't got to be. We're not even putting remembrance of those types of things. It's gonna be changed, so you ain't gonna feel defiled in your body or whatever it may be. right? You're gonna be changed. You're gonna
Yeah.
become a new creature
Yeah,
once
new-
again, like fully.
A new creature, man.
You know,
You know what I mean? Like you know, the scripture even speaks about harlots making it, man. Because you never know. You actually might have a sister in the world. She was straight up cool girl, like on the side of the street. But then through the faith and prayer, fasting, the Lord has made her
make it
leave,
clean.
leave them works, man. You know, and then in the kingdom, that box gonna go back to normality. You know what I mean?
But this is what it means,
So
that,
you're
you know,
gonna be
being
changed,
made
man.
clean
You're
and stuff
gonna be
like that.
made
We're
clean
not gonna be filthy anymore.
and that's I'm sure I speak for all brothers, but for myself personally, I know every brother feels the same. Thing I look forward to the most in the kingdom is being changed, bro.
That's it.
Be made right,
Peace, the
right,
peace, man.
right mind, right body. Cause yeah, the wives, the palaces, that's
Yeah.
all gonna come.
Nice touches, isn't it?
But to be changed, bro, to be
Yeah.
released,
To write with yourself, with the Most High.
Yeah.
shit, man. You know, Jake stretching that cap.
Yeah.
You know, we got back to him.
Yeah,
You know, we're feeling it all the time.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
having to stand up.
yeah, man.
You know,
Shit, man.
we have to get slowly out of bed.
innit?
Everyone
I
knows
say
that.
that joke, man. Like if you got a microphone on my back and I click it, bro, it could be a sample for an instrumental.
The 808s.
Yeah, yeah.
Beatboxing.
Yeah, chill out, man. Yeah, man. That's it. So we at the end of it all, man, we've got good things to look forward to, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right, man. Yeah, listen, if we bring.
More like
Yeah, yeah.
the point is,
Yeah, that's it.
read a bit more. The skill only say what, but understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory of such as be like thee.
Yeah, man. Like,
So again, this is not an everybody thing.
yeah.
we're not trying to yank everybody off the street and come follow us. No, we're looking for the elect. Those that are like us, man, that are in the spirit, right? That's who it's for. Yeah, go on up.
For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a seat is builded, and the rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom.
Right, so we got all that to look forward to, man. You know, the riches, the wisdom, the peace, right? All those things we don't have right now. Are we so yearn for it, right? Because this place is so unsatisfying. Yeah, it's unsatisfying. It's wicked, right? We don't want to be here, right? We want Yahweh Shai's kingdom. We need righteous rulership on earth. We need all these wicked ass things to go away. All this deception to go away, right? The scripture speaks about the truth shall flourish, right? Faith shall flourish, right? We need that in this world because, right, man, everything don't work the way it's supposed to. And this is why we live, well, the elites don't, but people live in a fucked up state. You know? Yep.
The loot of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the moth is hid from you.
So we ain't gonna worry about Satan no more. We ain't gonna worry about being tempted, by wickedness and sin and that kind of stuff. We ain't gonna worry about that because Satan ain't gonna be messing with us like that. You know, he's gonna be like, he be asking us what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, because he's a servant. Satan is a servant at the end of the day, but he's not gonna be set on us to tempt us. He's gonna be set to tempt the other nations as per usual because they're mortals, right? They haven't got the hedge that we're gonna be given. We're gonna be given a permanent hedge with his new bodies. Yep.
And the corruption is spread into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end is shewed the treasure of immortality.
Treasure of immortality, man. And then some might think, oh, immortality, it's gonna be boring and stuff like that, bro. There's so much things that you can't do now because you don't have time, right? And if you know anything about life, as we experience it, things change and things develop. There's always something new happening, right? That you can go do. There's billions, I don't know, there's an unknown amount of planets out there, possibly dimensions and all kinds of shit going on, right?
Infinite.
Like, that is what immortality is for.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it otherwise. Because if that stuff was out there, like Esau will tell you, oh, to get to the next solar system or whatever, it'll take a certain amount of light years or whatever. You can't do that as a man. You can't do it.
Bro, it shows you that this from the start till now, all the empires, the flood, everything that happened. This is like a drop of
That's the earliest
like,
of things.
It's really like a small drop in comparison to eternity of righteousness.
Yeah.
Like that's how you know, like what we have coming, man, is you can't compare it.
Well, look at this. The technology that we've got now, even though it's used for wicked purposes, right? But the technology we're able to produce, right, in I don't know 6,000 years of mankind, right?
Yeah.
What we're going to be like in the next 6,000 years, bro? This the level of the Most High is on, and what he's got is
Imagine that.
his next thing, bro. You know what I mean?
Imagine like we
We can't comprehend it.
Right.
That's how mad it is. You
Talk
can't
about
comprehend it.
time.
2 Corinthians 4:17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment,
Yeah.
worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah.
This is like the earliest beginning of man, almost.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's going to be nothing in
Yeah.
comparison to the rest of it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
And it's not something we can even describe to you. We can't because we can't grasp that idea yet.
can't even grasp
to be understood.
Yeah,
The
you
tree
can't-
itself, I mean, how it grow. I mean, the what, the hair.
yeah,
the
like
feathers,
this, like really, this is like the like
lowest level.
the lowest of, but that's why in the kingdom, the scripture says for Israel, they're gonna need the sun to shine on food, which will represent basically you're gonna have that light enough, that wisdom. We're gonna know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Esau even spoke about before how if they could just harvest the energy
Power of the sun, yeah.
source from a tree,
Oh,
they said that, like if they could learn for a way to harvest the source of energy or just a tree, like one super tree can power the planet. It's just but there's just some levels of knowledge where they don't know. You know? It shows you.
There's crazy things to discover, man.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
what-
we're gonna look forward to with our immortality to doing all of that.
It will never be boring.
No, how could it be, man?
at his right hand. Pleasure forevermore.
That's it. You know? Yeah, so with that, we're gonna close up.
Let's say
Hey,
praises.
all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh by Shimon Yahweh Shai, Bashar, HaKadosh. Double honors unto the elders, the apostles, GMS, man, and shalom out there to the whole the
Shalom.
teaching all truth.